welcome to the Tokyo Game Show. I am Galvan along here with Chief Pat, and together we are bringing you Tokyo Clash 2015.
Yeah, it's going to be insane today. We have a bunch of stuff prepared, a couple of different clan wars, and looking behind us, you can already see things are getting ready to get started. It's going to be a wild ride today.
It's absolutely crazy. The Tokyo Game Show, one of the biggest shows in the world. I think they had over 250,000 people here last year.
That's like a city.
It is. It is like a big city, and we walked around this place earlier and yesterday. Just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I think we have the Battlefront booth next to us, Oculus. There's another booth behind us that was crazy, but I mean, yesterday in the Clash booth,
oh my God,
it was unbelievable. I don't know if people probably saw a couple of pictures that were being tweeted out, but they had to hold people back from the end because they were getting in the way and no one could walk by the booth.
I mean, the PlayStation 4 VR booth was super popular, but I felt like there was never a bigger crowd than there was here. It was just all the way out into the pedestrian walkway. People just crowding around it, and the crowd was going absolutely nuts. Some of those attacks yesterday,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was some really cool attacks. We're going to talk more about that in a bit, but first of all, let's talk a little bit more about the Clash booth. They have a bunch of cool stuff set up here. Sort of like a mini ClashCon, some people were calling it. But I guess the first thing we can talk about are the single-player time attacks. They have some setups over here. If you guys can see the screens in the background, and they're pretty much having a challenge to see who can attack the fastest for those bases. Galvan was tryharding earlier. I think one of the Japanese YouTubers got like 14 seconds, so it's been pretty fun over there.
I had the record for like 2 days, and then a Japanese YouTuber beat me by like 3 seconds.
Crazy Hog Rider strategy.
Yeah, Hog Riders all the way.
Anyway, so pretty cool stuff there. We have a message board where I think like some professional artists drew a healer, an archer. Someone wrote a Peter $17.
I saw that. I don't know who did that.
I don't know who it was.
But yeah, there was also, I think the art there was from a contest. They had like a drawing contest, so it's fan art, and those were the actual winners that got posted up here in the Clash booth.
Yeah, and you guys might have seen, if you were watching the stream in the beginning, they have that life-size Hog Rider. If a Hog Rider exists in real life. The balloons are super cool.
Those are crazy.
From the ceiling. I mean, there's some really, really cool stuff here. And hopefully it's something we'll see more other places, but for now in Tokyo, it's been an amazing trip.
Yep. And also over here in the booth, just to the left of us, they've got this village diagnosis going on, where they have experts, and I'm not sure exactly who they are. I think there's some Japanese YouTubers over there, and there's this big long line, or queue as it's called, and people waiting to get their villages broken down, examined closely. We did a little bit yesterday.
We tried to have someone translate it for us, but I mean, their bases were pro.
Yeah, I mean, I've never sseen, seriously, these bases. Town Hall 9, the guy came in and he asked, how do I stop Town Hall 10s from 3-starring me?
Yeah.
I was like,
and his base was already sick.
Yeah, he said that 90% of Town Hall 9s couldn't even 2-star, and he's concerned about Town Hall 10s. So these guys are serious. There's some pros out here.
Yeah, he was a beast. But anyways, like we said earlier, there are going to be 2 clan wars shown on stream today. The first clan war that we had is Gunma Teikuku Inside Gun. How's that pronunciation, Galvan?
That's actually pretty good. I'm going to go with Gunma Empire Army.
Okay, well I guess that's their nickname, and they're going to be facing off against Big B on our first war, which is just going to start in a couple of minutes as they prepare the stage right now. And then for our second war today, it looks like we have Otana no Ochazuke, which also means rice with tea cured on it for adults. Who are going to be going against? I'll let you pronounce the second one.
You want me to go with the second one? I'm not even going to be able to. Nanika ga Hazimaru Goibyomai. Something is going to happen in 5 seconds. I love the way that translates. That's a pretty cool clan name.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be super interesting to see. And it's not going to be long before that gets started.
Yeah.
And so maybe let's review how we're going to go over the battles and how the rules work.
Cool. So the rules for this are going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a standard 5v5 clan war. That's what we've been using for a lot of the live streams. But the way the attacks go are actually going to be a little bit different. So there's going to be 2 rounds of attacking. In the first round, there's going to be 5 people who are going to be attacking. So player 1 will attack on both sides at the same time. Player 2 will attack on both sides at the same time, so on and so forth. And then for the second round, it's a little bit different.
Right, and the first round, the interesting thing is, get ready for this, you guys, we'll have side-by-side split screens.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, we may be looking at both attacks, so forgive us if we're a little bit distracted trying to switch back and forth. The second set of attacks, well, I think we have players 3, 4, and 5 all go at the same time.
Yep.
And so there's 6 attacks going at once, and then to build the pressure, the last 2 guys, the pressure is on the 2 top Town Hall 10s, will attack individually last.
And to make sure things are even more exciting, the way the Town Halls are going to be split up is a little bit different. We're actually going to have, for each team, a maxed out Town Hall 10, a lower level Town Hall 10, a maxed out Town Hall 9, a lower level Town Hall 9, and then a maxed out Town Hall 8. So it's safe to say we're going to be seeing a lot of 3-stars like we did yesterday.
Yeah, the scores were pretty close, surprisingly close to 15-15 by the end of it.
We saw one that was like 14-13.
It was close.
That was
pretty super close.
And the lower level Town Hall 10 really isn't that bad of a Town Hall 10.
No.
It's almost maxed out.
Yeah, it's still pretty tough, and to see a 3-star on that one, that'll be exciting. That's kind of the hinging attack. It'll be the attack on the number 2 base today. if they can 3-star that might ensure the victory.
Yeah, I'm expecting around 12 stars, so they can 3-star both of the Town Hall 9s, 3-star the Town Hall 8, and then 2 stars on both Town Hall 10s. We've seen some lower scores, but apparently these plans are pretty good, so I'm expecting a lot of good action from these guys. Yesterday was insane, though.
Oh my god,
the most ridiculous attacks yesterday. If we get like half of the attacks that we got yesterday, I'll be happy for the spring.
Absolutely, it's so close. These last second, the time almost ran out. That one guy had like 98%.
Yeah. Yep.
The Queen's running down to the last drop
The Hog
to get
Riders.
it. Yeah. I mean, such just edgier seat attacks.
Yeah.
Super exciting. I'm really hoping we see that today. But we have the same quality of attackers here that we had yesterday. So we're not going to see standard, go away for lava balloon. We're going to see a lot of hybrid attacks. I haven't seen a lot of use of like the Queen Healer.
No.
But a lot of Golaloon type attacks.
Yeah,
definitely. Go ahead.
I don't know if I've seen that yet. I wonder if that's like maybe a country thing or what. But they were using a lot of I guess hybrid attacks with golems and lava hounds, and that worked really well. We saw some really good raids, as well as Hog Riders. Hog Riders were surprisingly popular here, more so than what I've seen previously. But they've been some crazy attacks against the fully maxed out Town Hall 10. That guy used Hog Riders and golems. He was able to 3-star. Even though it was a little bit of a troll-based design, it still came down to literally the last second, and it actually destroyed like the gold mine to get the 3 stars, and the place just erupted. Even though it's only 10:30 right now, we have almost a full booth. They're already starting to go out outside the booth, which is insane. It's going to be nuts. Like yesterday was, you couldn't believe the looks on everyone's face when they saw how full the booth was.
It was crazy. Well, it looks like they're just about getting ready to get going. And so they should bring the players out on stage pretty shortly. And once that happens, it's a little bit tough for us because we don't know exactly what's happening because we can probably hear the voices in the background.
Yeah.
They're excited. They're ready to go, but we don't know exactly what they're saying.
Right.
So we're trying to be prepared for whatever might happen when the battles start. And you can definitely see those guys up on stage. The elevated stage, all the lights on, and the pressure is going to be on.
Yeah.
Even more so than it was in Nordic Clash.
They have the main stage right now where the MCs are, and then they have a booth across from us, which you guys can't see right now, but they have Japanese commentators. So we're just commentating over everything. So you guys are going to get lots of fun stories about going on at the sushi shop, a couple of other things. It's going to be a fun stream. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming. But the next war is going to start soon, and what's going to happen, both teams are going to walk onto the stage, and then actually between every attack, they're going to do an interview with the player that attacked, and maybe even the player who defended. So during those times, we'll try to do our best translations, but more likely than not, we'll talk about some other stuff, and hopefully keep you guys entertained.
Yeah, I still am not much past about thank you for my Japanese, unfortunately, but I can say it really well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And it looks like that is the music for bringing the players out onto the stage.
All right.
So they're going to enter and get introduced one by one. So there is the big stage right in the center, and here they come.
All right. Looks like we have Gunmod Kikuku Inside Gun who are coming on the stage, as well as Clan Big B. I have to say I like the Clan Big B name much better. But as they get on the stage right now, this is going to be next level.
Yep. Here comes Big B. There's Kobayashi, Mirachi, Bellflower, Talara, and Imo Kempi.
Wow. Perfect pronunciation. We're killing it right now. We are absolutely destroying the Japanese vocabulary.
We're doing our best.
One clan name at a time. But it looks like they're about to take their stations and they get ready for battle. And one thing that I've noticed is that the Japanese people, they love to do long interviews for the battle. We had some boys yesterday that were super long because they had lots of space during the interviews compared to Nordic Clash where everyone said, oh, this is great.
How do your attack go? Good. Yeah, the Nordic guy's a little more soft-spoken, a little more quiet, and these guys more than happy to talk about their attacks. And it's interesting to see. They're very outspoken and they're very excited to be here. So that's cool.
Well, hopefully they don't choke under the pressure. Even though people are already filling up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This is
pouring in behind us. It's packed.
It's like 10:45 a.m. here.
Yep.
And the booth is already packed. There you have people standing outside to try to keep people from filling up the entire place. So this is going to be wild. And hopefully we'll get some good shots around there because yesterday it was literally just a sea of people. There had to be a couple of thousand people easily outside the Clash booth.
Easily, yeah. It was by far the most popular event, especially even going late into the afternoon. They've got Clan Wars going on pretty much all day long. So we're broadcasting too, and I think the Japanese YouTubers are continuing to broadcast after we're done as well. So it is going to be awesome to see. And so here are the player interviews. And I believe this is probably still the player interviews before we get to the point where the players will actually get to choose who they're going to attack.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to talk a little bit about who they want to attack today. But like we said, more wars are going to come up after this. After this one, we already pronounced the names of the other clans, which we won't go through again until we have to. And then after that, we have, I believe, Max Marai, who's a famous Japanese YouTuber, maybe even the most subscribed Japanese YouTube channel. And he's actually going to host a war, which will be pretty interesting. We actually saw some of his fans show up at 10 a.m. and he doesn't get on stage till 1. So, pretty pretty passionate people over there getting ready for him to attack. Later in the day, we're going to be on stage to raid.
Yep. It looks like it's a revisitation of Purple Cobras versus Total Damage. Yep. So that'll be interesting. We'll be leading a couple clans up on stage in a 5v5 war.
Yeah, what happened in that last war, man?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. But anyway, they're finishing up their introductions up on stage, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see these attacks get underway. Yesterday we saw some interesting strategies where I think in the first attack, the top Town Hall 10 didn't go after the other top Town Hall 10.
Yeah, we saw one clan who had player number 1, who's Town Hall 10, attack player number 2, and then player number 2 attack player number 3, rather than going 1 attack 1, 2 attack 2, 3 attack 3. So there were some interesting strategies. I don't know if they were the most optimal, but it was still pretty crazy. But anyways, we're going through the rules once again, and we're going to do that again for you guys. It's actually going to be split up into 2 rounds, and the attacks are going to be a little bit different than maybe the previous ones that we had.
Right, so we'll see 2 attacks at the same time on the screen. So if you're on an iPhone, it's going to be a little tight for a period of time, but we will switch and watch mostly one attack. But for a short period of time, we'll see both attacks because we've got 2 people attacking simultaneously. And we'll do our best to break down both attacks as they progress. And it looks like they're going to start in just a few seconds with the first attack.
Yeah, I'm wondering what we see in the first attack. Most likely it's going to be, I think the Town Hall 10 is going to attack first, the fully maxed out Town Hall 10, with those pumpkin / magma / Inferno walls that everyone's been pretty interested in naming. And honestly, one thing that we saw yesterday, those extra 25 walls make it much more difficult when using those hybrid air attacks. Just because you have to get through with the gold and the heroes at the beginning to try to get that air defense, maybe an Inferno Tower, Archer Queen. But it looks like we're getting ready into the first attack right now, guys. Sweet. I hope you guys can hear that over the loudspeaker. That's amazing. All right, let's go and check out attack number 1. Looks like we have the attacker from Gunman Saikuku, Infagun, attacking the defending player from Bigby, and it is a matchup of player 1 versus player 1. So Hoshi versus Kobayashi. And it looks like we're just watching one attack right now in a pretty standard Go White Army for this, which is pretty much an anti-3-star maxed out Town Hall 10. Okay. So it looks like he's going to try to get 2 stars at the beginning. I think that's pretty smart. We haven't seen anyone 3-star, a fully maxed out base that was sent in a non-home manner. So let's see if he gets 2 stars again in space. More than likely, he will be able to, and he's going to drop those 2 stars right now, or it looks like 1% is going to take the second first player. Yeah, so we've got Valkyries and Balloons. I think I saw some Valkyries pop out of that Clan Castle slot. Good free-spell, freezes some of the balloons. Does freeze the air troops now inside of the new update. He's still holding on to that P.E.K.K.A. He could be using that to get extra percentage points, which he will do on the very top left side of the base.
Interesting, yes. So definitely assuring you he's going to get the star for 50%, and the Queen, there she goes on the Town Hall. So that looks like both stars are going to come almost at the same time. There's the damage, and there's the Town Hall went down.
He actually got pretty lucky that the enemy Queen didn't trigger his Queen. I'm not sure he would have gotten that Town Hall, but he did risk it for the biscuit, got that Town Hall, and now he's just trying to clean up with a couple extra percentage points, and he's going to drop 1 more minion on the top left side of the base. So what do you think about the first attack right here, Galvin?
Well, it's funny. Remember that we're looking at total damage as a possible decider, total destruction percentage. So that's the reason we're going to see these guys carry out to the very last second, every last possible troop. If any percentage of damage, you never know. It comes down to 13, 13, 14, 14. It's going to be total destruction. And here's the other attack. This is Big B. So this is Big B attacking Gunman Empire Army. Also 1 versus 1.
All right. Looks like the first one wrapped up at 56%. 2 stars, not bad there. Let's see if they can improve on this from the clan member over at Big B. Doesn't look like he made it to the Town Hall, though. And the Queen is still being healed up, but she's about to get slapped in the face by the King.
Yeah, this will be interesting. We were just talking about how we had King Queen healer. She's in a lot of trouble, and now she's got the King, and now she's got the Lava Hound the King. Yeah, it does not look good for 2 stars at all.
Yeah, the healers are actually getting slapped by the Lava Cup. The Queen is going to go back to full health. She can take being shot at by the Archer Tower, but I don't know how much more than that, especially once she starts getting closer to the Town Hall. It looks like this one might not even get a star.
No, 49%, a heartbreaker. Absolutely heartbreaking attack. That is going to be tough. That is 1 versus 1 with a 0-star attack. I don't know. That leaves number 2 to come back and try to take a star there. That is a big advantage for the Gunman Empire Army.
Yeah, since 1 attacked 1, that means he's not going to be able to attack him again. So someone lower in the food chain is going to have to attack that number 1 base and try to get some stars. That's a pretty bad start for I believe Big B right there, because 0 stars, especially for that first attack, it's going to be demoralizing for the clan.
It really is. I mean, everything is going to be on their number 2 attacker to try to overcome a maxed out base with those limited hero abilities. It's not going to be easy. We've got a lot of skilled players here, though. but it's really, you only have one attack now to try to catch up on stars. And like we said, those top 2 bases really can make the deciding difference in these wars.
Yes. All right, well, it looks like it's going to take a lot for Big B to come back from that one. The 2 stars in the beginning isn't one of the first ones that we saw. But let's go ahead and get into attack number 2, which is the number 2 players for both of the clans.
Excellent. And we've got 2 versus 2, and we're starting with Big B attacking first. And again, this thing looks like we've got to go even on with Hog.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty strong strategy if I've ever seen one. Witches and Hog Riders. Let's see if we can call this out. We did see some amazing 3 stars yesterday.
Yes, I mean, this is definitely a 3-starable 10-10. If you take a look at the defenses, even look at the Expo on the left-hand side, very low level. The Inferno's not maxed out either. And so there's definitely potential for a 3-star if you've got a well-executed attack.
Yeah, so what's the attachment from the top right? And it's usually that the secondary to the Inferno Tower, so that could be tough for him to take that out. I guess he wanted to take that one out rather than go for the multi-player one, but I think I see on the bottom left. So let's just see how he attacks the base. Both Hog Riders left. Let's see what he wants to drop those.
Yeah, good jump start, getting into the enclosure where that Inferno is, but it's not out of the way yet. At least we know we also have the perfect lead back there. He's working on the far side of the first attack, but this attack that is super dangerous. There's a free spell, and it looks like the Inferno is going to go down.
Yeah, that free spell was pretty rough. I don't see too many keys alive. He does have 11 Hog Riders.
The Queen, yeah, it looks like the Town Hall. It doesn't. Oh no, the Town Hall doesn't fall. Last free spell a little bit late.
That's slapping on the player.
Pressure. Yeah, you can tell.
I think on the inside he might be fine.
The pressure is starting. I mean, the crowds are just swelled outside the field. You guys can see that. So we're coming Hog Riders. Last to Jeffers, but it doesn't look good. Hog Riders with no heal spell.
Get hit by this Wizard Tower. The giant bomb in this somewhere. This one isn't going to go down so well. And it looks like he was actually supposed to give him an invisible shield at 40%, even though it's Clan Wars, but still, only wall breakers left. And this one is going to end up getting stars as well. So Big B, 0 for 2 on their first 2 attacks. This is really terrible. We have to see if the other clan has done better on their second attack.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when we switch over to the other screen and see how Goma Empire Army is doing on their attack. Because that's rough.
42%.
Hero.
Yeah, not too great right there. But on the other side,
in the 67%.
Tekuku Insight gun. That one was
I like it. And we missed a quad earthquake attack. You can see the full earthquake down there destroying walls at the bottom right. 72% this attacker, not only with the 2 stars, but a massive total destruction percentage.
Well, the way things are going, I don't even know if we're going to have to worry about a tiebreaker, because currently, as it stands, it looks like Gunman Tekuku Insight Gun is going to be leading 4-0 after the second attack against Big B. So really, really tough stuff right there for Big B.
That's a shocker. I'm really surprised. That's not what we expected to see. Obviously, the Big B guys, maybe the pressure has gotten to them a little bit. Looks like a solid attack. In fact, that same attack composition that we saw win some 3 stars against that similar base yesterday.
Yeah, we did see that at the 0. Really, actually good 3 stars. So I think maybe on the second go-around, we'll see some guys from Clan A try to go for it. I won't try to say the Clan A one more time. We'll call it Clan A. I think they might be able to try to get 3 stars after they 2-star most of these bases at the top of the list.
Well, they definitely have to be feeling pretty confident right now. You can see that that was Rion Amari and Marachi there, and not so happy about his attack. That was tough. But, yeah, I mean, Gemma Empire Army definitely kicking back a little bit right now, feeling like they've got a really stranglehold on this clan war.
It's going to be tough to come back from that, especially having your first 2 players fail like that. Clan morale can't be that great going into the discussion, but there still is a round 2, so each player will have another chance to attack. But they're going to need to pull out some really good raids. They're going to need to step it up. Maybe they'll get over their nerves after the first round. We saw that inside of Nordic Clash, where they ended up getting way more 2 stars during that scenario. But still, I think that maybe Gunma Empire Army can have a chance to pull out some 3 stars after seeing those first 2 attacks.
I'm hoping to see an attempt. I want to see an attempt on the top base for a 3-star. All right, in the second round.
Well, speaking of attempts, it looks like player 3 from both clans are going to be ready to attack. Looks like we have Kenzie and Bellflower who are stepping up to the plate. So let's see how they can do as we get into round, or I guess attack number 3 of Tokyo Clash 2015.
These are the maxed out Town Hall 9s. So let's see if they go after each other, just like we've seen so far, as they get the first attack up on the screen any second here.
You can hear it starting in the background.
All right, he's got his army trained up.
Some more hogs. Let's see it. Now 4 heal spells, 33 hogs. Wow. A couple of wizards and barbarians. Let's see what he's going to do with this one. Of course, 1 cheeky minion to try to take out the gold mine right there. And then starting in Hog quick with the Hog Rider. Looks like he's trying to learn how to tank out this.
Yeah, and the wall breakers didn't get the job done either. The Tesla is out. Thinking he probably wanted those wall breakers to get through that wall, trying to get through that first expo there. Interesting. I'm wondering what's in the Clan Castle. If there's a goal in there, or if this is just a pure Hog Rider attack. Attack?
Yeah, what's inside of there? Maybe a golem. It looks like he's brought it to his screen right now. He's dropping. Yeah, it looks like he's going to stop. Wall breakers weren't able to break through, but he might have a shot to be able to return from those buildings. And then hopefully break up his wing around the base. The Hog Riders don't go crazy around the base.
Exactly, and that's what we saw a lot of yesterday. You got the Archer going out there early to take out the defending Clan Castle and to work in behind the Golem. And here comes the King. So again, that lead attack is going to try to get the Queen down, the Clan Castle's out of the way, and obviously that well-exposed Exo will be nice to finish off too.
I think he might have been showing enough defensive structure to where he'll be able to make sure the Hogs don't run around in a circle. Go ahead and dropping the Hog Riders right now all around the base, and some heal cells are sure to follow as well. Let's see what he can do as he drops these final couple of Hogs. And they're making their way through. They're doing a pretty good job, but there's still a pretty good cluster of defenses on the top right that he's going to have to take care of in a just second. So they're making their way. Their Super and Tesla are going down right now. Still has his King left. His Queen did go down a second ago. And it looks like only 3 more defenses near the Town Hall. Or actually 4 that he's going to have to worry about. 49%. The first star isn't a question. It's just a matter of how long those Hogs will last. There goes the last heal spell. I can't tell how many Hogs we have left. It might only be a single Hog left that I can see. That's fighting its way through that Airsweeper right now.
You're right.
So one Hog is going to be fighting that Expo and that Warrior. So I think he could have got that heal spell a little bit earlier, but as the heal spell times out, Hog Rider's going down, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get the second star against the stage.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I don't see a lot of cleanup troops left, and we still have an Expo and Mortar up.
Pretty tough, pretty tough. Well, it looks like on the other side of the map, someone has already or it looks like Gunma Empire has already 2-starred Tomo, I believe. So we'll have, yeah, so we'll have to see if they'll be able to pull it out. But yeah. Anyway, 1 star so far. The Archers are shooting through the walls, but even if they make it through, a giant bomb is going to stop them right in their tracks. 69 or 69. Maybe a couple of more points as the Archers Barbarians clean it up, but this one's only going to be a single star, and that one's definitely not going to help the cause.
No, and I don't think that we're going to be looking at a tiebreaker for total destruction here. So this damage at this point doesn't really matter. And unfortunately, that Town Hall is going to survive.
All right, well, it's 5 seconds left. He got 70%. Probably not going to count if they 2-star the base later. But as we wrap up this attack, it looks like on the other side there was a 2-star. So it looks like Big B is finally on the board with their first 2 stars of the Clan War.
Yeah,
so not that bad.
Bellflower, the Max Town Hall 9, pulls out 2 stars against Kensai, so they are on the board.
All right, well, it looks like it's 5-2 right now with Gunma Empire Army still having the lead, but it looks like, I guess, Big B cut into the lead by 1 star, even though they didn't 3-star that base. You really want to make sure you 3-star those Town Hall 9s.
Yeah, I mean, that's critical. I think based upon what we saw yesterday as well, you really need to 3-star the bottom 3 bases for sure.
Yeah, you want to make sure you take out at least both the Town Hall 9s, both the Town Hall 8s, and then try to 2-star the Town Hall 10, and then maybe you'll have a chance to even 3-star the Town Hall 10s if you do really well and you have that extra attack, which it looks like Gunma Empire Army was on the way of doing, but unfortunately for them, it just didn't work out with that 3rd attack right there.
Right, exactly. So it looks like the next attack at number 4 just about to get underway. We've got Tomo for the Gunma Empire Army against Tawara
of the Big B. Yeah, keep in mind these are the lower level Town Hall 9s, so they might have, I guess, higher level troops, so if they want to use Hog Riders again, they could go for the 3-star, but you would expect these guys to bring out something a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get ready to get into attack number 4 between Tomo and Tawara. There it is. All right, attack number 4 is going to be underway right now. Let's see some Hog Riders on the left, as well as some Hog Riders on the right. A couple of Valkyries as well, so we'll have to see how those ones work out.
All right. So there is that twin screen that we were talking about. We got the Valkyries on the right, and looks like the Go-Ho attack on the left, 3 heal spells, and so it'll be interesting to see very different strategies going against the same base level.
Yeah, looks like they're going to start making their way through golems in the beginning. Let's see how the Valkyries work out, though. Those are going to be pretty interesting to see if they can take them down.
That's one of your favorite troops for sure, I think, and they're moving in close to that Town Hall right away, 20% down on the right-hand side. And this gets a little bit hectic. You've got 14, 15 on the left-hand side, but really we're looking at hoping for 3-star attacks here from both sides, and you know that's what these guys are absolutely counting on. But despite the fact that Big B is at a disadvantage, they've got to get 3 stars on the bottom 3 bases.
Yeah, Big B still going in on the top left, dropping those final couple of Hog Riders. still is some wind clubs that he's trying to use to clean up towards the end of the raid, as well as a single full spell. But looking around the base, I don't see too many more Wahog Riders. There's a couple on the top, a couple attacking that board. Besides that, I saw a couple fly in my base after being hit by that trade.
And there's a giant boss going to grab a couple of them. There goes one, the second star. But yeah, the heal cell was healing 3 hogs, 2 into the stage trap. And quickly, 2 stars.
Yeah, it looks like I wanted to see Queen come back to the right-hand side and back up the Barbarian King. Maybe he'd have a chance for 3 stars if that'll happen, and you're going to see her make her way there right now. Let's see if the goal of the King can take long enough for the Queen to do her damage, but there is an Archer Tower on the bottom right outside of the base. Now we can end up doing a ton of damage towards the end where the Queen has.
She's going to go around and join the King. They have both abilities still going, and there goes the Iron Fist.
A little bit early right there. I was
probably going to get that a little bit more. Interesting to see how far we get. At least that wall's open for the Queen, and she should be able to get the star down. There's a giant bomb. That can take out a few of the smaller troops. And this could be an issue because that outer Archer Tower that you pointed out, and you've got 2 more defenses at the top. This is going to be a tough phone. Yeah. I got the Archer Tower early, though, and now it looks like she's going for the bottom part. No. Yes, no. Where's she going? She's going after the DC girl.
Yeah, I think she's going to turn to the Archer Tower and jump to that. I think that was pretty fortunate that she made her way there. Or else the Archer Tower might have been able to take out some other troops, but it looks like that's going to go down right now. And then as the Queen makes her way over, this one's going to be a race for time. I think he has it, though. I think he has it.
It's going to be close. It's going to be super close. I didn't see the Golemite taking that Archer Tower. There's not a huge difference. There goes her ability. Maybe a little bit late, but I think he's got plenty of time. Yeah, just a couple of structures left at the top of the screen. No builder hut in the bottom corner. No, there it is, 99%. Here comes our first 3-star attack.
Very nice. Big B is on the board with their first 3-star. It looks like the other attack's still going on right now, and as it finishes up, another 3-star. So unfortunately for Big B, that 3-star isn't going to get him anywhere closer to them. So very nice attacks. Good job by Tomo and Tawara getting 3-star raids for their respective clans.
Yeah, that was impressive. It's always fun to watch those 3-star raids at Town Hall 9. And definitely, it's funny to see the very different army compositions. Similar strategies, though.
Yeah.
But bring the Valkyries. That's not something I've seen often in a 3-star attack strategy with Town Hall 9.
Yeah, the Valkyries with the Hog Riders. That was an interesting combination.
I don't even know what you call that raid.
Wizards. No, yeah, I've seen like Wizards with Hog Riders, the Valkyries with Hog Riders. Maybe for, like in the past, people would use that for clan capture troops, but only like 1 or 2 Valkyries. I don't know. Interesting. It worked out, though. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if it got 3 stars. So a nice attack from both number 4 players. So we do have one more set of attacks before we get into round 2, and this is going to be between the number 5 players, which is Sasune and Emo Kempi.
Yep, the Town Hall 8. So only Town Hall 8's on the map, so obviously they'll be attacking each other. We don't need any, like we saw yesterday, one of the Town Hall 8s attacked the top Town Hall 10 to just discover where the trash Teslas and what the Clan Castle troops were. So that didn't happen today, so they're obviously going to go against each other, and hopefully we'll see a good, solid 3-star strategy out of both of these guys.
Yeah, you would think they would go for a 3-star raid, and I believe both of them have level 10 heroes, or I guess like a level 10 Barbarian King. And we're going to get into that attack in just a second. So let's see what they're going to use. I'm guessing we'll see some Hog Riders, but attack number 5 is on the way.
Here it comes.
All right.
Attack 5 underway. And let's see, I didn't get a chance to look at the army, but yes, 30 Hog Riders from the Zemon Empire army from Sasame there. And it looks like one giant interesting. So yeah, this base, you can see the potential for a double giant bomb in there by that lower wizard tower.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Gallon, he forgot his spells. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh no! Oh, this is tragic. Oh my gosh.
Spells. I was looking for but he wow. Let's look at the attacking camera and see if he realizes it.
The look on his face, I don't think he knows it yet. He too much of his zone, he forgot his spells.
What are you doing?
Yesterday, we saw somebody attack without an army. They brought only their Clan Castle and their king. Has he noticed it yet or not? Oh, that is just absolute. Here they come.
What were you doing, man? I think looking at his face, he might know by now. He looks pretty sad. There he goes.
He's like, where am I?
Oh my god. I've never forgotten to for that I understand. We actually saw someone yesterday forget all of their troops. They forgot all of their troops for the attack.
They brought only their Clan Castle on their king. He's smiling about it. He's going to smile it off there.
He would have easily 3-starred the base.
Yeah, absolutely. But the good news is, with the second round of attacks, actually that's bad news. It's not like he can attack this guy again. So, but we did see a 3-star from the number 4 player. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting to see. Again, Big B had a pretty serious disadvantage right now, 5 stars to 2. But this is tough to watch. This is brutal.
I don't know what to say about the trade. Turn it off. Go to the next one. I don't want to see it suffer.
His best to try to save it. He's worked out.
The baseball has come out. It's not like he's waiting in front of thousands of people hanging out at the No. Exactly nothing.
This is one of the biggest,
most popular booths at the Tokyo Game Show, in which there's
250,000 people. Or the lights, or the announcers.
the whole audience is smiling. Everyone in the audience is smiling. This poor guy right here, forgetting his breath.
Pretty good attack for no smells.
Well, luckily we're actually in spectator mode. We're able to see the clan. If he gets kicked out of the clan, we will inform you guys, because that's really rough. That means they'll have to waste one of their other attacks to try to restart the stage, which is really good. But I guess they're still in the lead, so this might give maybe a chance to come back.
Exactly. Maybe this is opening the door, but it looks like, oh my gosh,
He didn't get it.
But the other player is not going to get even 2 stars in this phase either. So actually, it's not going to be the big advantage that we thought. Both Town Hall 8 attacks resulting in, looks like 1 star.
Does he brought spells? Yeah, this is tough. He brought dragons. I don't know how many dragons he brought, how many hog riders he brought, but honestly, the other guy's attack was almost perfect, except for that other guy's really well. If he had those heal spells, it would have been super easy for him. But unfortunately for, it looks like Big B, they're not even going to get 2 stars for that raid, and they're still going to have a 3-star deficit going into round 2.
Yep, so 9 stars to 6. Gunma Empire Army leading it, and that was just a strange twist, not what we would expect to see 2 1-star attacks at Town Hall 8. And again, that's going to leave one of the Town Hall 9s to have to move down and clean up. And boy, there's a lot of strategy, a lot of shuffling of attacks going on right now.
This is getting messy, man. This is getting really messy. If you look on Big B's side, they got 0 stars against the top 2 bases. They 3-starred number 4, but then number 3 and 5 they haven't 3-starred yet, which they're going to have to do. And then on the other side, the Gunma Empire Army had 2-starred both of the top bases, which is great. But then when you look at the other bases, they were only able to get a single star against base number 3 and base number 5. So I would expect that their number 1 and number 2 base will 3-star the Town Hall 9 and the Town Hall 8. And then after that, they'll be sitting at 13 stars. And that should be enough, I think, to win the war. I think 13 stars is the winning number.
Yeah, based upon what we saw from the first raid, with these 2 other Town Hall 10s sitting with 0 stars on them, I think 13 stars should be plenty. And so if they're thinking ahead, Gunma Empire Army realizes they've got a pretty good advantage going into the second round. And so this will be different. The second round is played out. I think we're looking at the bottom 3, both Town Hall 9s and the Town Hall 8 all attacking at the same time. So 6 attacks.
We're going to have 6 attacks attacking at the same time. And we can't commentate over all of them, but we're going to pick out maybe 1 or 2 to look at. And we'll give you guys the results as those attacks are done. But it's going to be the Town Hall 9s and the Town Hall 8. I think we might see maybe an additional 2 stars per side. Maybe 3 stars max at most. So we'll see what happens. I would expect them to 3-star, I guess, like the Town Hall 8s and stuff.
Right.
But besides that,
you get the lower level, and again, it depends upon who they attacked the first time. Pretty much they went down the line the first round.
And look at those people, by the way. And that balloon.
Oh, my awesome. You can just see the very bottom of one of those giant life-size balloons floating above the crowd, hopefully not dropping anything on their heads.
Wow. And then there's us.
Hey. Yep, there we are. We have again swelled out past the Supercell booth into the pedestrian walkway. And you notice in the background, the other booths don't seem to be doing that. The crowd is crushing in. You can feel them just moving in behind us here, packing themselves in, trying to get closer to the screen.
Yeah, thank God we're in this booth and not out there, else it would be a mob. I mean, it's insane. And yesterday it was even more insane. So I'm sure as the day goes on, it's only like 11-something a.m. here, that the booth's only going to get crazy here. It's been a blast at this booth, though, man.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday, by the end of the day, it got busier and busier and busier. And the interesting thing was these people didn't leave. I mean, it wasn't like they came by, checked out Supercell, checked out Clash of Clans, and moved on. They stayed. I mean, we saw people that were staying for 2-3 hours.
Yes.
Just glued to the screen. And, I mean, the Clan Wars were super exciting.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the Clan Wars yesterday, I mean, oh my God. Some of those attacks were crazy, but we've seen, there was like a 15-20 minute change period between wars, and people were staying, they weren't moving, they didn't want to see other games, they just wanted to stay there and watch Clash, which is pretty cool because some of the people didn't even play Clash.
Exactly.
They asked everyone to raise their hands if they played Clash, and not everyone even played Clash. So.
Yeah, that's true, because I noticed the Japanese announcers, as we saw their script, they were breaking down how to play Clash. They were talking about how to earn 1 star, how to get 2 stars, and so a lot of these people didn't have any idea, yet they're still here, and they're super excited, and they're cheering, and the crowd, just the entire crowd cheers at the same time, or moans in disbelief when yesterday we saw an entire mass of witches fall to a pair of giant bombs. That was brutal.
Yeah, the setup's pretty cool here. We actually had a chance to read some of the notes for the MC, and I think like the Japanese broadcasters and some like describing Clash of Clans to the audience. It was like a
miniature garden game.
A miniature garden game is how they described it, which was maybe lost in translation. I don't know if I would call it a miniature garden game. I forget what else I called it. Maybe we'll look that up in a bit, but it was pretty interesting to see how they described Clash of Clans to the audience.
Yeah, it was interesting. Talking about depriving resources from other players.
Yeah, depriving resources from other players, a.k.a. attacking.
It was a nice way of putting it, stealing gold and elixir.
Right. cool. All right, well, we're going to get round 2 started in just a bit. Looks like they're doing some interviews on stage right now and talking. We have the Japanese YouTubers who are doing commentary as well. So it looks like they're analyzing the war. But like we said, sitting at 9-6, Big B is going to have a tough time because they're going to have their number 1 player attack the number 2 player and the number 2 attack the number 1 because they failed both of their first 2 raids.
Right, so they're just conservatively hoping to get 2 stars on both. I mean, maybe the number 1 player could 3-star the number 2 base, and that could give them a bit of an advantage, maybe gain some of that star momentum back.
Yeah. And then also keep in mind the number 3 player only got 2 stars on the 3rd base, so that means the number 4 player will have to attack number 3.
Exactly.
Big B's caught in a tough web right now. They've got some catching up to do if they're going to want to get back into this war. They're going to have to hope that the other clan doesn't storm ahead and 3-star those other smaller bases, which I think is a wish at this point with the maxed out Town Hall 10s attacking in Town Hall 8. So.
Exactly. And then, the Town Hall 8s, I mean, both of them are going to have to go up against the maxed out 9. So that attack is pretty much a non-factor, I think.
Yeah. Forgetting his spells. I mean, I don't know what happened to that other guy with the dragons and the rage.
Yeah,
the dragons, hogs, and heal spells. But whatever happened with that, it's pretty tough.
But like you said, we've seen some unusual strategies here. Maybe it's a regional and national thing. We see different strategies that we're not that familiar with. The dragons and hogs, the use of Valkyries we saw in the first round.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see. We were learning some new strategies ourselves. Yeah. And who knows, maybe we'll pass on the old Queen Healer attack with the Mass Witches. I haven't seen anybody try that one yet. And we do have at least one of the Town Hall 10 bases that is perfectly set up for that attack.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be too risky, for a 5v5 war. It is like a 50v50. But we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see.
We'll see if someone uses it.
There's so much different strategy when you have such a small clan war like this. It looks like they're moving back out onto the floor. So, again, they've had a chance to discuss amongst themselves what they want to do. And obviously the pressure is on Big B to try to come up with something, to pull a rabbit out of a hat and gain those stars back.
I think that's about what they have to do right now. Is a rabbit out of the hat.
It's going to be some wizard
A rabbit out of the crowd. But it's gonna be real tough for them. But we'll see. You never know what happens. We saw wizardry. All right, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Anything could happen. We saw some crazy stuff yesterday happen, but attacking up on bases,
right,
is tough. Yeah. We only saw maybe 1 or 2 players attack up yesterday. Like the second base attacking the first guy, but I mean, having a Town Hall 8 attack Town Hall 9 is asking for a lot.
Yeah, they're definitely up against it there and going to be overpowered. But I'm hoping that these number 2, the Town Hall 10s, can do some serious damage on the top Town Hall 10. That'd be nice to see. Some advanced strategy, some showing that lower level heroes can defeat those maxed out heroes if the attack is executed correctly.
Yeah, we could see some trolling as well if the Gunma Empire Army is already way far ahead, they don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's true.
But it looks like round 2 is going to start in a moment. Like we said, the bottom 3 players from both the clans are going to be attacking at the same time. It's going to be ridiculous. 6 battles at once. We obviously can't keep track of every single one, but we're going to examine the aftermath and to try to catch on to as many raids as we can while they happen.
Yeah, so we've got Kensai on number 3 on Gunma Empire Army, Bellflower number 3 on Big B, Tomo and Tawara are the number 4 players, and then Sasame and Imo Kempi, the number 5 players.
All right, looks like the number 3 player from Big B will be attacking the bottom player from the Gunma Empire Army. Let's see what he does. And it looks like he's going to be a lava moon battle.
There really is. Yeah, he's got a couple of hog riders, a giant ultimate, everything going on in there. But again, a lower level Town Hall 9 with those 25 heroes. I mean, that's not lower level heroes. It was nearly maxed out for Town Hall 9. So that is a super powerful army composition to go up against even what would be a fully maxed out Town Hall 8, which this is not. They're up against it.
Yes, looks like he's going to drop through the gate on the side to take out the Clan Council troops and Queen as well. Looks like he remembers his spell. He's always been trying to kill Marshall with his brave. Spell on the air defense. Very nice. That one's going to go down.
We have Lightning and an Earthquake, and he's brought up Irritation spells also. Let's see if he drops those early. They won't target us. He hasn't dropped the hate spells yet, interestingly enough. There goes the Rage spell. He's got the heat spells in the end.
He decided to attack from a single side with those first balloons of Auto Hound. Personally, I'm a little worried about the air defense right now, but I think he's going to get to that in just a second. And it looks like it's going to get distracted by the Lava Hounds anyway. So far, so good. As far as a disaster or a quick surrender, I think we're going to get him with 3 stars for the trade right here.
Yeah, we can't really artificially inject excitement into this Town Hall 9, destroying a Town Hall 8. So the level 25 heroes, both abilities activated, lots of balloons left.
All the defenses have gone down. Only a couple more buildings to clean up those lava pups. They're going to do a great job taking out that Clan Castle and the Town Hall. And as he finishes up the raid, looks like that's going to be a 3-star for Big B, and something that they desperately needed going into these final couple of attacks.
Yeah, definitely wanted that, and that was pretty much expected that we would see that. And here we're looking at the other attack. This is number 3 from Gunma Empire Army, attacking number 5 of Big B. And also looks pretty good. Both heroes just about a full house. The goal is still full size. Tons of Mind Riders going on the screen.
All right, well, looks like this one is going to be a good one as well. Didn't even have to use the poison spell on the clan council. Very nice, and it looks like we still have a full army of hogs. You could probably 3-star another Town Hall 8 with the army that just left from that way. So
6 stars in 1 attack.
Yeah, good stuff right there, and very nice attack. So 2 3-stars for the number 3 players attacking the number 5 players. And looking at the score right now, the Gunma Empire Army has stretched their lead from 12 stars to 9 stars. And yeah, it's looking really good for them right now.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling really confident going into these last pair of attacks, especially looking at what Big B has to do as far as those top 2 bases. That's a big lead right now.
And actually, yeah, 12-9. Yep. Recapping the score right now for both of the clans, it is 12-9. Taking a look at the maps, Big B has already had both of their bottom bases 3 stars, and then taking a look at their number 3 base, it's only been 2 stars, but I'm sure one of the Town Hall 10s is going to clean that up. So they're going to be close to 13 stars because both of their top bases have been 2 stars. And then looking at, I guess, Big B's attack, they got 0 stars against the first Town Hall 10, 1 star against the second Town Hall 10, and 2 stars against the max Town Hall 9, and then they 3-starred the bottom Town Hall 9 and the Town Hall 8. So I guess they attacked someone attacked the second Town Hall 10, maybe with the Town Hall 9, but they were only able to get a single star against the base.
Yep, so they looks like in these last 2 attacks, maybe they can gain 3 more stars, 2, probably more likely.
Yeah, maybe 3 more stars if they're lucky.
Yeah, but that would at best put them at 12 stars.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. It is in Gunma Empire's Army hands to see if they can get that 1 extra star, which will certainly, I think, guarantee them a victory. But the next battle is about to start, and I think we're going to have the number 2 players attacking, and this is going to be interesting to see what happens. If Gunma Empire Army blows this, then maybe we'll have a chance to see Big B come back into this war. Let's get into the attack number 9, or I guess number 7, seeing as 3 attacks at once for the last one, is going to be underway.
The number is a little bit off, but we get the point. And there we go. So there it is. We've got the lower level Town Hall 10 from Gunma Empire Army going after Big B's Town Hall 9. And so this we would expect they would be hoping for the 3-star. And again, we're seeing winning golems. So a hybrid attack, not spoilers. He's definitely playing it safe here. Not just throwing armies at a Town Hall 9 and expecting it to win.
Yeah, let's see what happens as he drops the troops on the top left. Should be able to get that air defense right there, plus a couple of other things, including that Archer Queen. And if you take care of all those guys, this should be in really good shape. You haven't even dropped the king yet, which should go down in just a second.
Yeah, there's the king. And again, we call it a lower level Town Hall 10, but that's still level 30 heroes. Most people would love to have level 30 heroes at Town Hall 10. So just relative to the number 1 is the only reason we call it lower level. But everything looks like it's working out right now. The defending queen's going to go down. The defending lava house out and about to fall as well.
And look at the haste spells.
You've got 6 haste spells for this army composition.
So it doesn't look like we put too much of a priority on those range spells. So we'll see how that works out as he poison spells those lava pods, which obviously takes a little bit more time to do.
Exactly. Yeah, but they are down, and here comes the final lava pods to save one, and they're 6 haste spells. It's going to be interesting to see them use those. They've seen kind of a precision deployment of the balloons going after individual defenses, waiting for the lava house to come in first. There's another haste spell. 3 left.
I don't know how he's going to work this one out. It looks like the lava house is doing work in the center. The balloons are doing work as well. But still, the guy has a lot of defensive left. He goes Expo, 2 air defense. I don't think he's going to be able to get 3 stars in his base, but I will be really wrong if he does like that.
I'm surprised. I would have much rather seen personally 3 range spells there. But there is the first start for 50% damage. And again, the haste spell is working to get those balloons to their next target super quickly. And the pup's cleaning up in behind, but 58-60% damage after the balloons going down in there. It does not look like they're going to get that wizard tower down on the left.
Yeah, I think that the lava pups are going to be able to take care of a lot of these buildings, but once they get near that Expo, the Expo is going to be like a machine gun gunning those guys down. So I don't really think that he's going to be able to get that 3-star against his base. So this gives an opening to Big B, but let's see if they're able to take advantage of it, which I don't know if they'll be able to, having a number 2 player attack the number 1 guy from Gunma Empire Army.
Exactly. That's going to be a tough attack. A lot of pressure on Marachi there of Big B's. And you see the lava pups moving in with a lot of damage percentages super high, but again, it will not count because it's just a 1-star attack. And again, the way the rules work, even if this were to be a higher percentage than the other attack was that was 2 stars, it wouldn't count because it's only the best attack that counts towards a title victory. Of course, we don't expect to see one here, but just conjecture.
Yeah, looks like the Expo is going to be the machine gun against the lava pup. That was pretty cool to watch. But still, 10 seconds left. And Azzy Rift finishes up 87% 2-star, no stars gained for Gunma Empire Army for that raid. But unfortunately for Big B's fans, they actually didn't get any stars as well. Taking a look at that massive audience out there.
Yeah, that's right. So we're still at 12-9. And so we've got one attack left from both sides. And it really, it's going to be tough. Tie it with a 3-star against the Town Hall 10.
Yeah. I hate to say it's over, but
yeah, we're not going to pretend. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've seen some 3-stars, but it's definitely tough for
I
Big
don't even
B.
think it's possible, because Big B, their number 1 player, who's going to be attacking next, they can't attack the only base that has 0 stars on it, so the maximum star so that they can get is 2 stars.
That's a good point.
I think these next attacks are going to be for show. But we'll see what happens. We can only wonder what's being said right now on the interview stage.
Exactly.
But I'm sure there's some disappointed people over in Big B that this war didn't turn out better for them.
Yeah, I know Big B had high hopes for this war, and it's definitely a lot of pressure on these guys to get underneath the lights and do this. I'm not looking forward to doing it later on today. It's going to be awesome with the crowds out there. They continue to build outside the booth. In fact, it looks like we are almost completely walking through the pedestrian walkway at this point. There's so many people out there. Even more people here today than yesterday. It's amazing.
Especially this early in the day. Usually people don't tend to move around so much early, but still, it's been nuts around here. Well, it looks like we're going to get into our final attack from the clan war between Hashi and Kobayashi. Let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, so again, we've got those top guys going at it, but we know that they're limited in who they can choose. So, yeah, we've got the Big B attacker going after the number 3, the Town Hall 9.
All right, looks like he's going after the Town Hall 9. Actually, it's pretty interesting on the other side. The Gunma Empire Army has the number 1 player against the number 2 guy, even though one of the Town Hall 9 has a 3-star. So, interesting strategy there. They probably figured that they already won. Let's go and watch Big B's attack and see if they can get some, I guess, a moral victory here. Or taking down the Town Hall 9.
At least pull out a 3-star at the end, taking down the Town Hall 9. It would be interesting to see what Gunma Empire Army spots are. Maybe they're just going for a 3-star just to look good. 3-starring that lower level Town Hall 10 with that number 1 guy on the other side. So, again, we got a big use of 8 spells. We're looking at 4 8 spells. Wow. What's a 8 spell? Interesting. I guess if there's no Inferno Towers, those are a little more effective. I guess maybe Town Hall 9, but let's see if this one's worked out. He's already stayed his way pretty far into the base. He still has one of the airspeeders left that he's going to be trying to take out, but he got a little bit quick trigger right there, and after he finally shoots down that airspeeder, that's going to help out a lot. Oh, this is airspeeder fairly staying alive because the Fleet got distracted with something else. Yeah, just finally went down there at the bottom, and you see the heat spells get those balloons towards the inside. But 42% damage, still 1 out in pocket and a couple of balloons. So, good idea to work with patients. There's just on the outside to work on those balloons if the hound gets out of range. Yeah, there's the first start, 50%.
Alright, looks like he's got 50%. Queen still has her ability. She's going to be a beast, especially at level 40. One balloon plus a rage spell. He's sort of holding on to those spells for a while. Let's see if he drops that in a second after his balloons make their way towards the top of the board.
Yeah, with the haste spell, poison spell, heal spell, rage spell, all still in hand, 65% damage. Finally working their way towards the Town Hall. So we've got a couple of lava pumps there. It looks like the Archer Queen is finally going to work on the Town Hall and is going to take it down for the 2nd star. And there finally we see the rage spell and the heal spell towards the end.
Yeah, he was saving it for that Wizard Tower right there, but it looked like this one's going to be a 3-star. You would expect a fully maxed out Town Hall 10 to be able to take out a Town Hall 9. And yeah, that'll be a 3-star, which is going to end their total for Gunma Empire Army at 13 stars. And then we'll have to see what Big B did on the other side by attacking the Stormies.
Yep, so 1 additional star, and again, Gunma Empire Army pretty much has sewn up this clan war victory here as he runs out. There it is, 3rd star. Didn't use that last wall breaker. 1 wall breaker left. Saving elixir, man. There is the other attack, so that was their number 1 of Gunma Empire Army going against number 2. And pretty good damage. 71% doesn't look like it's going to be a 3-star, though.
Still, nice job. 31% 2-star. If they could have had that during the first round, that would have opened them up later to try to get 3 stars against some of these lower level bases. But unfortunately, they left a lot of stars on the table earlier. I guess, no, this is actually not the time. This is Gunma Empire Army. They're just trying to...
Yeah, this was Gunma's top Town Hall 10 going against that lower level Town Hall 10.
Alright.
Not a bad attack percentage. I'd say 73% is above average for the overall damage that we see on some of these higher Town Hall 10s.
Alright, looks like for the final score, it will be 12-10 for Gunma Empire Army against Big B. They are going to get the victory, and it looks like we have someone behind us with a sign. I can't even read what that says.
I can't quite see it either.
We're going to zoom in on that. That'll be pretty interesting to see. What is that?
Who's that? Wow. Okay, so there's a rogue fan in the audience, or I don't know who that is exactly.
I don't know. That's not Peters. That's blasphemy right there.
No.
That's absolute blasphemy.
I don't know who let that guy in here. So.
Security? Yeah, security. Don't call him security again, man. That was cruel.
Get him removed one more time.
They clash.
Yeah.
Well, interesting war there, 12 to 10. I think 12 stars is around average that we've seen, maybe a little bit above average, but about average. 2-star in both of the Town Hall 10s and 3-star in the Town Hall 9s and the Town Hall 8s. We did see someone get 14 stars.
That was crazy.
Which was really nice. Or actually, no, they didn't get 3 stars. They didn't 3-star one of the Town Hall 9s. That's right. They decided to stunt and attack one of the Town Hall 10s. So,
I mean,
I'd say 12's about average then, I guess.
Yeah, I would generally expect to see 13.
Yeah.
I mean, you expect to see both the Town Hall 9s get 3 stars,
right.
And the Town Hall 8 for sure.
Yep.
Especially with the extra attacks. It really, a lot of it depends upon how those 2 Town Hall 10s do in our first round. If you've got those, if they 2-star the top 2 bases, then you can move on, 3-star one of the Town Hall 9s, and maybe ideally they could be shooting the 3-star at the number 2 base. And that would be the 14 stars, and that's probably as many as we're going to see. I would be shocked to see a 15-star war today.
Yeah, that was pretty rough in the beginning. When it started out 4-0 for Gunma, that was pretty rough for Big B to come back from. They didn't have a lot of options when they tried to attack from the second round, so it wasn't surprising to see Gunma take a victory at the end by 2 stars. And we'll have to see what happens in the next war as we have Otaro no Ochizuke, which means rice with tea period on it for adults, versus Nanike ga Hazimaru 5-yo Star May.
And I love that. 5 seconds before something happens.
Yeah,
that's kind of a cool name. So everybody applauding. Good effort from the both clans for the first clan war.
Yep.
And again, huge crowds out here. The Clash of Clans bags, super cool. We've got Barbarian on one side and an Archer on the other.
30,000 bags.
30,000 bags given out.
30,000 bags. We were walking around downtown Tokyo. People said that they saw bags everywhere, even though that's like 30 minutes away, an hour away from where we are right now. Last night, so the bags are super popular. It's great. The booth is super popular. Looks like people are starting to funnel in now for the second war, which is going to start up in a bit. The players have just left the stage, and again, we're going to have those clans face off next, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to see 13 stars, maybe even 14 stars from one of these clans.
I hope so too. I really do. I'd love to see some sort of big, crazy 3-star against one of those Town Hall 10s, like we saw yesterday. Dramatic too. They're close. I mean, if they were so dramatic, roll over.
We had that one with the balloon. Literally, the Inferno Tower was next to the Town Hall, and there was one balloon left, and the balloon, as the balloon dropped, it did damage. Took out the Inferno Tower and turned the raid from a 1-star to a 3-star.
That was insane.
It was that close.
That was crazy.
And the war ended up being decided by like 1 star.
Yep. And the crowd, I mean, now, like we said, a lot of these players don't play Clash, but for some reason, the entire crowd just goes ballistic when this happens. They just went nuts out there. People realize they can tell what's happening. Even if you're not an expert at Clash, they could see that last building go down, the stars pop up on the screen, and everybody just went absolutely crazy.
The MCs were going crazy. Everything was going crazy.
They were.
It was
just wow. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take a quick break between the war, and we're gonna tell you guys about some other stuff about Tokyo Game Show and even ClashCon while we wait up for the next war to be started, which I think is gonna be in about 10 minutes. But I think we have some information about a certain event that's gonna be held next month in Helsinki, Finland.
October 24th, ClashCon coming to Helsinki, Finland, and it's gonna be fantastic. And this is kind of like a little miniature preview of what we're gonna see at ClashCon. A lot of these same activities will be there with a lot more that we can't even reveal yet. And we heard some of the details. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Some of the stuff they have set up so elaborate. I can't wait to see it myself.
Yep. We're going through the list. Clashes from 30 different countries. There's going to be a huge clan war tournament, and people can even win a spot in it by participating in the Invitational. That's going to be held at the event.
That'll be super interesting.
There's going to be swag packs, and for the first time ever, Clash of Clans merchandise.
Clash of merchandise. And then a little bit vague on that about what that means, but it's been super hard to be able to get yourself anything that's Clash or Supercell themed. You just don't see it. It doesn't exist out there. And so not only are they handing out a bunch of stuff, but it will be the premiere of some Clash merchandise.
I wonder if they're going to sell it worldwide.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know at the beginning it's only here at Clash, or only there at ClashCon. And that'll be super cool to see. And I'm sure it'll be something like this. I mean, these bags are the biggest hit. Of all the bags, a lot of bags are being handed out. These bags, the giant graphic, the big Barbarian staring you in the face and the Archer, something about that. I mean, you can recognize it from such a distance. People just love to carry those around. And even the other bags ended up inside the Clash bags. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Bagception. There's going to be still more stuff like virtual reality there. I think they have like some crazy Clash virtual reality world. using these Samsung glasses?
Yeah, you put on these Samsung VR glasses, and you'll be taken to inside a Clash Village. You'll be able to see, like, I've always wondered, I mean, how tall is an Archer Tower? How tall is a wall? Is it 8 feet? Is it 18 feet? We'll be able to see because we'll be, like, inside the village looking around using the VR glasses.
Yeah, that's going to be sweet. Other things, obviously, the whole Clash of Clans team is going to be there, so maybe they'll have a chance to talk, answer some questions, depending on what they have set up. There's going to be different clinics, so, like, war clinics, held by some esteemed members of the community, among some other people. Preaching the 2-star win war strategies, of course.
I don't think that's what the clinics are about.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll be talking about how to win wars, how to get organize your clans to win wars. Probably talking about some advanced clan war strategy like 8.5, 9.5 type of stuff, and individual attacks, 3-star strategies, 3-star strategies.
Yep.
3-star strategies. And so they'll have workshops also for different town hall levels. And so they'll be talking about base design for town halls of all different levels. So no matter what town hall you are, there will be something there for everybody to see.
Sweet. And of course, the number one thing that we're all looking forward to at ClashCon, at least for me, is the announcement of a big update that they teased in the most recent update, saying that it's sort of just a tune-up update, getting ready for it. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what's inside that announcement. You have any speculations? I was thinking that we're going to get some new single-player.
Yeah, I know you keep on saying single-player maps. In fact, I think he says it in his sleep. But it'll be interesting to see. I would imagine it's not just going to be one thing. We're going to see a big update. We're going to see new content of some sort. Could it be single-player maps? Could it be something else? I mean, we can only wait and see. And I wish that we knew more. I wish that we could talk about more about what's going to be there.
There's someone over there with a knife from Supercell.
Yeah, you guys might have seen that tweet. Somebody said, "Oh, just go ahead, give it away, Galadon," and the next thing I know, I posted a picture of all these Supercell shirts behind me, and you should have seen the look on their faces. They were not happy.
Yeah.
So there's no leaks. There's no leaks happening here,
but there will be a leak at ClashCon.
Yeah, that's right, a big leak.
Of course.
So October 24th, you guys, and also if you look directly behind us, you see that those Clash villages between our heads? That's the single-player time attack challenge. And that was a lot of fun. So we didn't talk about that in too much detail. It's like a Goblin map, and it kind of like is an extra single-player map.
It's like a new single-player map, right? And it is the most popular thing at this event. So
oh my gosh, people are having a lot of fun with that.
Of course.
There you go. That is a single-player map confirmed right there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a time attack. You can train whatever army you want, and you try to get whoever can get the fastest time right restart the base pretty much wins. So we saw some crazy strategies. I think in the beginning I had the record with like 22.5 with dragons, and then you got 18.1 with hog riders after that one guy taught the hog rider strategy.
Well, it was interesting because you had come up with this strategy about dropping the king on the outer
the king and queen on the outer
pods. The king and the queen on the outer pods, and that worked out really well, and that sped up the dragon attack by about 3 seconds. And then the Japanese YouTuber came in, and he was using hog riders.
Yeah.
And but he wasn't.
Of course, you copied us.
Well, no. What I did was I took the best of your attack.
Yeah.
I took the best of his attack, put them together, dropped the heroes on the outside, the hog riders in the middle. 18.1. No, I got under 18.
Okay.
I got under 18 eventually.
But then the Japanese YouTuber ended up getting 14.9.
14.9.
So we were left in the dust.
Absolutely demolished it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that has stood through all the rest of these people that came through the last couple of days. Because the Japanese YouTubers and the
they sat there for like
guys,
4 hours.
Putting
hogs on the screen, and if the hogs didn't look good within the first 2 seconds, they just cancel the raid and go again. So there's like people in line to raid, and these Japanese YouTubers are just
the way they were deploying it, and all these fingers at once. And it's just the hog riders. You would see 30 hog riders were deployed within 2 seconds. And it was impressive to watch.
Yeah, it
really was.
And if you guys are just tuning in, we are in the break to head to our second clan war, which is going to be between Otana no Ochazuke, aka Rice with Tea Pure on it for adults, and the Mika ga Hazimaru 5-0 Starman. Wow, how can you even fit that?
You're getting better every single time.
Definitely not. But how can you fit that into a clan name without it going over the character? Well, there has to be some sort of character.
It has to do with those characters.
And that clan name means 5 seconds before something happens. So some troll names there.
But
yeah, they're playing some commercials outside while the crowd waits.
You can hear Balloon Parade in the background and people coming by the booth. Again, we're at the Tokyo Game Show. It is one of the biggest shows in the entire world. Last year saw about 250,000 people, and I can't count that high, but it looks like there's easily that many people out there right now.
So we did a lap around the venue yesterday, and it took an hour and a half. An hour and a half to do a lap around the entire venue because there's just so many people. People are stopping to take pictures. I mean, it's a disgusting amount of people.
It's crazy. Well, you know you're in trouble when you walk into the venue, and the first sign that you could see, it was written in Japanese and in English, and I think it was in Korean too, said warning, heat stroke.
Yeah.
And it listed the possible symptoms that you could be suffering if you're suffering from heat stroke. I mean, they're serious, and it's easily, it's not a cool day outside. It's kind of humid, kind of warm. But you walk in here, and it's easily 10 degrees warmer.
Definitely.
And
we have a ton of fans in this room. Yeah, thank God, or else it would be a struggle. But
it makes it a little bit
things are nicer in here, but when we go out back outside, people are like fully sweat.
We see people dripping in sweat, but they all have smiles on their faces. Everybody's super happy. Everybody having a blast. Just lucky to be here. We're lucky to be here. I'm super excited. It's my first time in Japan, and it's just been absolutely crazy. Every single experience here has been like out of a storybook for me. From exploring Tokyo, the Tokyo Tower, seeing some of the gardens. I wasn't going to mention the karaoke. Taylor Swift. Best karaoke singer. Best karaoke singer ever, right here.
Oh, God.
He's a dead ringer for Taylor Swift.
Delete the evidence of that.
But that was interesting. But no, I'd never sung karaoke in my life before. So to get to
never get a chance to,
and maybe never. Hey, the Beastie Boys, man, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Oh my gosh, I killed that song. I absolutely killed that song.
So it's never going to be played ever.
What are you talking about?
Ever.
People stopped. There were people from other booths coming out to see. They thought maybe that Mike D Reincarnate was there in the booth.
Okay.
Really did.
Well, besides karaoke, other stuff, we ate some amazing sushi.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's growing gills from all the sushi.
Oh my gosh, that was a lot of sushi.
Wow. And then the game show.
How about that conveyor belt sushi restaurant we went to?
That was fun.
We had a bit of a competition.
So we were like, can we get 50 plates of sushi? And the guy's like, 5? We're like, 50? He's like, 1? We're like, 50.
No, my favorite part was we went to this one restaurant. I mean, we ordered sushi, insane amounts of sushi. We ordered the tuna. And the guy comes up, we go, we'd like 12 pieces.
Yeah.
And he goes, there are 12 orders, not 12 pieces. And so 12 orders, he walks back, he comes back out, and he makes us write the number down on his pad.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't imagine that we wanted that much sushi.
Cool. So it looks like the second war is getting ready to be underway.
Awesome.
The clans are getting onto the stage in just a moment. You can hear the MC going. I actually passed her yesterday night when I was heading to the restaurant. She was super nice.
She was say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
She's so animated. It's crazy.
Yeah. So she's definitely killing it, even though we can't understand what she's saying. She was carrying the event yesterday. And, we're going to get the second clans on the stage. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens with these second clans. And hopefully we see 13 stars. I feel like 13 stars would be solid for these clans.
I would like to see 13 stars. And so we're being handed the names of the clans and the names of the players. This is going to be fun. This is going to be another adventure at pronunciation. But so we've got Clan A, Otona no Ochazuke.
Very nice.
And Clan B, Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyomai.
Wow.
Beautiful. I tried.
You destroyed that like the karaoke bar right there.
Hey, let's get back to the karaoke.
All right.
I'll break out some more in sync.
Okay. Well, we might as well talk about the clan. We might as well try to pronounce the players' names of the clans. So inside of Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome, we have the first player, the clan leader, Kisur Nyo. Player number 2 is Genie. I can say that. Player number 3 is Saishun. 4 is Kuri-chan, and 5 is Mi-chan.
All right, good. You gotta at least give it a little effort when you pronounce it. So, for instance, over here at Otona no Ochazuke, we have Namahage, Maki, Tsunatomo, Edmondo Honda, and Aroshinja.
Wow, that was actually pretty good.
Getting better. We have to leave tomorrow, but we're gonna finally pick up some Japanese right as we have to leave, but it's been a lot of fun. And it'll be interesting to see. These guys definitely saw that first war. They were probably backstage when the first war was underway, so you know that the pressure is just mounting on these guys. They saw those guys maybe melt a little bit under pressure, and
they were thinking, hey, we can do better.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure they're hoping to do better. We definitely want to see some 13-star wars at least. I would love to see somebody try to 3-star one of those Town Hall 10s. So the players are going to come on stage, and we've already murdered their names once, but we're going to see Otona no Ochazuke come onto the stage first. And again, you saw their leader is Namahage, and they were sitting down there, and here comes Clan B.
Clan B is Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome, and they're hopping on right now with their leader. Oh god, the leader's name Kisurino.
It's a long word.
Kisurino. Oh man,
Kaiserenju.
There's no way. That's right.
No, that's way wrong.
Okay. Anyways, they're hopping on the stage right now. They're going to plug their iPads in and get ready for battle. So similar to the last war, this one is going to be set up where we have 2 Town Hall 10s, 2 Town Hall 9s, and a maxed out Town Hall 8. So we'll see what strategy they bring out. I think last time, Big B's plan just sort of went down the drain when their first 2 attacks from their Town Hall 10s weren't able to do too much good. So we'll have to see what happens.
I mean, so again, we'll just kind of go over the rules. We're going to have the attacks from players 1 through 5 simultaneously. So both of the number 1 players attack at the same time, and then on the way down the road through the first 5 attacks. And then the second round, I think we're going to see 3, 4, 5 all attack at once.
3, 4, 5 all attack at once.
And then the last 2, and hopefully this time maybe we'll see some tension at the very end as those top 2 Town Hall 10s have to perform for their clans at the very end of the war.
Yep, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, again, we'll see the 2 Town Hall 10s get 2 stars in the beginning, so they're able to go for 3 stars, similar to what we saw yesterday. But we'll have to see. Some of these clans are like invited from the community. Some of them are super popular in Japan. Some of them are super popular war clans. So we'll have to see. You never know what you could get. We saw some clans yesterday only get like 9 stars, 8 stars, and then some clans got 14.
Yeah, I mean it's so easy to Monday morning quarterback, and it's the same. It's the same on YouTube. It's easy for to sit at home and criticize what you see on the screen. It's going to be the same here. It's so easy to sit at home, and even for us to criticize what we've seen. We're not out there performing, and no matter how good you are, exactly. But no matter how good you are, you may be an absolute 3-star expert. Things change when you get up there and you're in front of literally thousands of people. The bright lights, the announcers, the sound. It's so loud, and there's a camera. I don't know if you guys see the way it's set up right behind me. There's a camera in front of each of these players' faces. This big lens, and it's staring you right in the face as you're trying to focus on your iPad. So it's not easy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Well, we'll see. We'll have a better experience later when we get to try it out. I'm not sure what base I want to pick. I feel like I want to be the fully maxed out Town Hall 9.
Town Hall 10. Yeah. Well, I think we have to be. Yeah. I think that's probably how it's going to have to be.
My Town Hall 8 more strategy isn't great. Actually, I could do Town Hall 8 attacks.
Yeah. We'll see. It'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys, and just the strategy that goes into this. Yesterday, seeing what that clan did with a number 1 player against number 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5th player attacked number 1, I think that actually worked out pretty well.
That was pretty good, actually. So they had players, every player attacked a person 1 spot lower than them. So the maxed out Town Hall 10 took out the lower level Town Hall 10, and then they went down the line, and they ended up getting, I think, they got 2 stars against the second Town Hall 10, and they 3-starred all 3 everybody else. Yeah, they 3-starred everybody else, and then they were able to go for the number 1 base and pretty much just go all out. And it was sort of pointless for the lower level guys after that first round, so they sort of just trolled and they probed the clan castles to see what were inside, look for the traps. But some pretty good attacks. Yeah, that strategy was actually pretty nice.
It was, and you really saw them spend a lot of time studying. In fact, we saw them going through the replays because we had another prompter that shows all the iPads at once. And yesterday we saw them just very quickly in the short time that they had between attacks, going through the replays, studying the replays as best they could, seeing where the traps, Tesla's, bombs were, and figuring out exactly how they wanted to approach the base, try to add those stars at the very end.
Yep. Well, we're going to see what happens with this one. Hopefully we see some amazing attacks. I don't know if we saw too many crazy army compositions, besides the ones with, I guess the Hogs and the Valkyrie was pretty interesting, but nothing really, I've never seen this before in my life. We've seen some standard stuff, some stuff that's a little bit different, but we'll have to see how these guys show up, because again, a little bit of pressure on you, similar to what we saw in Nordic Clash.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think the Nordic Clash players were quite prepared for how much pressure was there. And these guys, the same way. It's tough. I mean, they've probably never done this before because this whole environment is pretty new to Clash.
And to us.
And to us as well. And, we're still learning, and it's going to be interesting to see how this evolves. And hopefully, if you guys love it, you guys speak out, you guys want to see something like that in the game, it could happen in the future. You never know.
I would love to see 5v5 clan wars, but first of all, let's go ahead and get into attack number 1 between the top players of both clans. So taking a look at what we've got here, let's see what's going on. It looks like we have KF versus Namahagi.
All right, so maybe we should have been calling KF. That would have been much easier. That is much easier than Okay, so KF is his new name. Again, he's with Nikiga Hajimaru Yame, and he's going to be defending against Namahagi. Yep, so we've got, it looks like a pretty standard go. Look at all the wall breakers. It's 17 wall breakers, maybe accounting for those 25 new walls. But some of those walls look like an afterthought placement out there in this base.
Yeah, this guy doesn't really require that many wall breakers for this base, I don't think. Let's see what spells he brought. He only brought 2 range spells. He only brought 1 jump spell, so he's definitely making sure he can get to the corner of the base. No question about that.
Yeah, I'm guessing that there's a pair of freeze guns off to the right. And the Queen's still dealing. And the Queen fell. Did he even use the ability? No. The Queen's ability not used. She falls to the lava now. That is absolutely just disaster. When this attack is not to save your Queen for later on. Oh my God.
The Queen was underneath the lava house. Under the lava house.
I did not see how she went down so quickly. And again, the pressure mounts for these guys. There goes the jump spell getting me into the core. But with the Queen gone, this is just disastrous. There are 2 free spells just like we predicted. So we're going to close on the Infernal Tower and that Expo. But man, to lose the Queen that early is just a brutal loss.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We have a second free spell right now. way to the center. It's going to start at the top of the base zone. It's down the wings more than anything else. Gallon, I feel like it's going to be a fail.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, with 30% damage, and anytime you're in the core and you don't have your Archer Queen, just like maybe in a recent video, without that Queen, it makes things really tough. And that is definitely not going to be any stars. So, again, we're looking at a terrible twist of fate early on, and this is a tough call for that clan, for Nanika Hajimaru go for Clan B to not succeed in that first attack.
Wow.
But we looks like
both
0 stars.
0 stars
Oh
for
my
both.
gosh! Wow, again, the pressure, total destruction
At
averages.
what point is it pressure? At one point are you just failing, man?
Well,
that Queen right there.
Ask me in about 4 hours after we try ourselves. I don't know. The crowds, I mean, again, this is the first time anything like this has been done. I mean, the whole tournament environment is new. So these guys facing this type of pressure. And again, I would say compared to Nordic Clash, compared to Finnish Clash, the pressure here way worse. I mean, they are in front of thousands of people. All
this is
these
your
lights.
second attack. You know, you can only defend them for so long. This is your second attack on the stage.
I'm just trying to defend myself for what I found later. But no, that's tough. I mean, so both of those guys with 0 stars on their first attack. So at least it's even. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this develops now that we've got 0 stars from the first 2 attacks.
What if we have a tiebreaker on the 0-star war? Wouldn't that be?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, so that's the number 1 player. So obviously they're both going to have to attack the number 2 Town Hall 10 in their second attack. So the strategy should be similar as we move on down the line. Now the question is, what do these number 2 players want to attack? Do they want to try to attack the number 1 Town Hall 10 now? It'll be interesting to see. I'm hoping to see some varied strategy. Maybe where one clan tries a different arrangement of bases than the other.
Yeah. We'll have to see how the strategy evolves from here. Both clans probably pretty interested to see that both their leaders got 0 stars, but still, we're going to be getting through the second attack right now, and this will pair up both the second players, which are going to be Maki and Genie. Let's see what they decide to go for.
Yeah, so we're looking at another, it looks like Go White and Witches as well. So, Go White, I guess we call that one.
Yeah, it's actually not just a wizard, but he attacks from the bottom, and let's see if he can destroy the core of the base. So level 2 heroes on this side. Again, these are the number 2 players pairing off against each other. Let's see what they can do as they make his way to the 7.
Yeah, so pretty well upgraded heroes again, like we talked about, but you can see the lower level Expos, lower level Inferno Towers, and it looks like we've got a multi on the Expos Inferno Tower. There goes the first range spell. First freeze catches 3 defenses, so pretty good freeze placement, getting 3 defenses at once. The Archer Queen, though, she's just about getting ready to get involved in this attack, and that could complicate things. And looks like the Castle Troops as well.
All right, 300 troops are coming out. He still hasn't dropped his Archer Queen yet.
Wow.
He dropped both of the Queens. The Queen is still inside of the army camp. I think that was extremely low. A huge damage deal if they went to your troops. But still, a lot of witches just made their way to the center. That's going to provide a little bit of support that our troops desperately need.
Yeah, but you can hear the Tekka going down on the inside one by one. The King is out there, but the Queen is still at full health and has her ability, seeing some damage to the Town Hall. But 36% damage, and now she has to hit her ability just to try to get the star for the Town Hall. It looks like the second star is going to be far, far out of reach for this attack.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. You know, whenever you attack from the bottom of the base like this, it's sort of a trap because a lot of the buildings are in the top left and the top right. So he sort of got baited in there to attack that base, and it doesn't look like he's going to take a second star up. He only has anything but wall breaker left, and the Expo's going to fight down those archers.
Yep, that was tough. And again, the pressure is on these guys. And I was actually surprised as well to see them come from the bottom of the base. That is probably a tough direction. I mean, that's kind of that teaser style base where it's designed that way. You really want the attacker to come at you from that direction. Look at those 4 mortars, all going to just rain down on the exposure.
Yeah, you need to attack from either the bottom left or the bottom right, I feel like, or maybe even the left or the right-hand side. But attacking from the straight bottom is probably one of the worst ways to deal with this base, especially when you don't have fully maxed out heroes and you can't just simply overpower a base at 50%. More likely than not against a base like this, you're just going to get 1 star, especially if you can only barely make your way to the center. There's still plenty of buildings left in the core, but just not enough damage to take those guys out.
Yep, so there it goes, and that wraps up the second round. And surprisingly, we are at 1 star each. 1 star to 1 star after both Town Hall 10s have attacked. And it's close. At least
you can say that, right? You can say it's close. That's about all we can say right now. But we're going to get into the Town Hall 9 attacks, and those generally tend to give more stars than not. So far, 1 star to 1 star. The top Town Hall 10 bases are going to be tough for the clans to crack through.
Right, so obviously in the second round, we should expect to see 1 go after 2 and 2 go after 1 on both sides.
Maybe. You might even just want to 3-star the lower level bases at this point.
I guess that depends on what we see on these last 3 rounds.
Yeah,
that's true. I'm expecting to see 3-star attacks, but again, expectations completely different than reality when you're faced with thousands of people watching you, and you've got 2 broadcast booths. We're across from the Japanese broadcasters as well, and the lights, the heat.
I mean, the pressure is one thing, but attacking from the bottom of a Southern style base, I don't.
You're right. No, you're right about that. There's no excuse for that. That probably wasn't the best strategy for that attack.
I don't mean to be harsh, but
try to be a nice guy. Pat, call it like it is.
I'm calling it like it is.
Probably not the idea.
I know there's a lot of pressure, but if you can't even train, you got to train the right troops in the right army and attack from the right place. If you have mishits on certain stuff, that's understandable. But when you have pressure or whatever, but other than that, it's tough. Again, most of the attacks get better in the second round after they had 1 attack on stage, so we're going to bank on that. But it looks like the next attack is going to be starting soon between the top level Town Hall 9. Let's get to 3-star as we get into attack number 3.
I'm hoping for it. Let's see what type of army comps that we're looking at here. We've got a couple Valkyries again. So Valkyrie's very popular. Wow, a little bit of everything. Only 8 Hog Riders. And starting out with the Golems, and again, coming from the bottom of this thing.
Alright, Golems are being dropped. That's going to make its way to the bottom as the equipment goes through what its strategy for entering the game from the bottom left to the bottom right.
Yeah, pretty widespread of the Golems. Here come the heroes, and attacking at the bottom. Looks like the water half of the tank has went out to the left.
No jump spells.
That's where no jump spells at all. You see how this progresses as they work their way up. Lots of wall breakers, get through a lot of different enclosures, but there's still 2 layers of walls to get to that Town Hall. Oh, there is a jump spell.
Okay, looks like there is a jump spell to make their way to the center, but most of the troops are off to the left and right. But we can see it made her way there among some of the other troops, so we can save on these Hog Riders to do a lot of work, even though we only had 8 single spells.
Yeah, the King's ability just used, and there go the 8 Hog Riders on the right-hand side. The King sprinting out to the outside. He's got something against those storages.
But look at the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound still hasn't been taken out. The Queen's going to have a tough time dealing with that. Exo's going to focus on her in a bit after he pops her ability. And 52%, the Town Hall still hasn't gone down. And with no other troops towards the center besides the Hog Riders, which are going to go down in a bit, this one might really be destined for a single star.
Yeah, the Queen fell pretty quickly. The King nowhere near the core. And the core is still protected by a mortar. There's a Wizard Tower. You've got that Expo, of course. And the Hog Riders, they're just about to be history. And definitely a 1-star attack. Lava Pups chasing down the King and his Barbarians. And they're going to be helpless to stop those Lava Pups. But either way, again, the damage here may not be the factor because only 1-star against this base. Again, could change things up. Now you might not see the number 1 and 2 players going after the number 1 and 2 bases when you've got a 1-star against the top Town Hall 9. This leaves potential for that Town Hall 10 to come in and pick up 2 more stars for the clans.
Yeah, I think if you're both of these clans at this point, you need to make sure your high-level bases are attacking the Town Hall 9 to the Town Hall 8 because it doesn't look like you're going to be able to attacking an even strength base. I feel like you have to dip down and attack someone lower if you're only going to get a single star. I feel like 2 stars actually are going to win this one. Maybe even 1.5 stars.
Yeah, you can say 2 stars win this one. We're more experienced.
Yeah.
2 stars win war.
Well, no, it's this one.
So that's different. And it's different than when you're playing at home. You see the pressure that's on these guys. 2-star attacks can make a big difference, and that's what we're seeing right now because we've seen a lot of 0 and 1-star attacks. So it'll be interesting to see as we move on down the line. Those players obviously not that happy about their performance there. Always frustrating to get a 1-star in a clan war.
Yeah, 1 star for both of the Town Hall 9s, bringing the score to 2-2. Both clans having used 3 attacks. Getting into attack number 4, we have the lower level Town Hall 9s. We'll see who they decide to attack. At this point, if they're not that confident, I would probably rather have them go for a Town Hall 8. If they're not going to be able to get at least 2 stars against that Town Hall 9, that would probably be the most optimal thing. So we'll see what they decide to do and what strategy they want to use.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point because that might be a good strategy to make sure to guarantee some 3-star additions to the score. And so we've got the number 4 guys coming up next. So that will be Edmondo Honda for Otona no Ochazuke.
Very nice. Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome has Kuri-chan, who's going to be attacking next. And again, these are the lower level Town Hall 9s. I think they still have like level 20 heroes.
25
heroes.
Yeah,
so it's sort of a travesty to call them lower level.
Yeah, don't take it the wrong way. That's high level heroes for Town Hall 9.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get to those next attacks in just a second. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping for some at least 2-star raids, but let's try to be hopeful and go for 3.
All right, so attack number 4, here we go. See who we'll be looking at first, as it is going to be, so
it's going to be hashtag
Japan. I don't know who is being here, the characters on the screen. So player number 4 versus player number 4, and it looks like we'll see another blend of it looks like it's no Wee, but 4 balloons as well.
All right, we'll see what he's going to do with those balloons. He's going to use a golem right here into this wizard, but unfortunately it's going to take a while. The golem's already going to be taking a ton of damage right here. Let's see what it decides to do as he drops some wizards, and let's see how those guys go in.
Yep, so this will actually be Kirichan from the Nikizu Hachimura Golden Ride that is attacking, and so he's moving in against Armando Honda from Otona no Ochazuke, and here come the witches at the top of the screen, hoping with the giant bombs that can move up there.
Oh my god, we saw the first epic giant bomb fail yesterday. 14 wizards or witches on 2 giant bombs. That was amazing. And that was actually the only base that didn't get 3 stars. That's what it was on top of that giant bomb. So crazy stuff there. But continuing on this race, looks like the heroes are dropped around. The capability is already cost. Sitting at 27%. And attacking from both sides, I feel like it's working out some focus.
No, and at the top of the screen, we saw a mortar and a wizard tower just reach what happened on those witches. You've got to watch out. Those witches are so exposed early on like that when you've got walled off the splash damage. You cannot fail to account for the splash damage. It's just going to take those witches out. It looks like the witches at the top of the screen are indeed all gone.
Well, he still has the range spell, those extra balloons that he was saving up for a rainy day are going to be popped out right now. He's finally going to shoot down the enemy screen, but still, anything on Town Hall is going to prove to be likely impossible. And this one looks like it's going to be ending in 0 or even a single star.
Yeah, that last rage spell pretty much unused by the balloons as they fell right as the spell was deployed. There goes the queen. Got the first star for 50%, but that's going to be it.
1 star for hashtag Japan as they attack. Not the greatest. Again, this is the lower level Town Hall 9 that you would expect to at least get 2 stars again. So 1 single star. And the score so far on the other side is at 47% with only a couple lava pups left. You might be able to actually get that 50% for a single star.
So surprisingly, this is Otona no Ochazuke. This is Edmondo Honda's attack as he's wrapping up. It looks like he did manage to grab 50% with the archer there at the top of the screen. The lava pups grab that single star. So again, seeing a similar score on both sides. Both players with 1 star.
Both players with 1 star. Like you said, they're consistent. You can say that. The 1-star attacks are coming in a while. Okay, well, looking at the score right now, after this raid wraps up, it should be 3-3 with both having used 4 attacks before we get into the final attack, which will be between Town Hall 8. Again, at this point, if you're these plans, I would suggest, strategy-wise, you probably use your higher level Town Halls against the lower level Town Halls.
Right, I mean, we initially thought that maybe the 2 Town Hall 10s would need to exchange attacks, but with that many stars left on the board down low, that's definitely where they're going to want to move with the Town Hall 10s. There's lots of cleanup left down there, and those 3 stars on the Town Hall 10s going after the 9s could make the difference.
Yep, we'll have to see what happens as we get into round 2, but we still have 1 more attack inside of round 1 between the Town Hall 8s. We'll have to see what they do. Probably Hog Riders. If I were them, even for these Town Hall 9 attacks, if you just use all Hog Riders, which probably seem the most optimal, you'd likely want to bring a golem and some other stuff, but even if you just use all Hogs and some heal spells, you're probably going to get 2 stars against one of these bases.
I would guess. It's going to be interesting. I think as we saw the Town Hall 8 bases earlier, there are some spots for double giant bombs, which could end one of those very quickly. But then again, also surgical deployment of the Hogs sometimes works out and is a good way to battle the giant bomb deployment.
Right.
You're dropping and you watch where they path, and you can kind of predict at least where the Hogs are going to go if they're going to trample that double giant bomb spot, or maybe skirt it, or just ideally trigger 1 while the heal spell's active in the area.
Right. We'll have to see what they do. We'll have to see what they bring out strategy-wise. Town Hall 8 means you don't have your Archer Queen, so it's only going to be on the King, especially if they drop it in the very beginning. But the final attack for round 1 is going to be underway before we go back to the top of the list, I guess. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the final attack between Hiroshika and Rikan going into this next battle.
Good call on the names there. So, yeah, that's it. So we got the Town Hall 8s getting ready with their attacks. Let's take a look at the Armacops. He's still trading up Mass Dragons. So we've got one of the 2 players trading Mass Dragons getting ready to go in here. And it looks like he's working on it. He's working. The interesting thing about the army trading is
they don't cost any gems instantly.
Yeah, you notice it says 0 gems, 0 training training time. Get him in there.
A man
finish
can dream.
those dragons.
Man
If
can
only.
dream.
You can hear the other attack has begun, but we've got mass dragons coming from this side, and this is Arrow Shinja.
All right, let's see what he can do at Town Hall 8. Got 2 rage spells and a heal spell as he attacks. Let's see what he does. Don't forget the dark at Town Hall 8. Okay, so it looks like he missed out on an dark spell, but better than forgetting all of his spells like that guy inside of the last war. He's attacking the dragons, and honestly, when you guys are struggling with the rage on your clan, something like Mass Dragons is actually not a bad idea to try to get that onto the scoreboard.
The king just vaporized over there by the Clan Castle troops. The Clan Castle dragon and balloon just annihilated that king. And the dragon's moving up from the right-hand side. But the king won it kind of early, and didn't do a lot against that Clan Castle.
All right, looks like he went ahead and triggered some stuff inside of the skeleton trap, dragons on the right, as well as dragons in the center of the town hall. And like I said, if you're not very confident in your attacks, you don't have to necessarily go for a 3-star strategy. Seeing as only 3 stars are on the board right now, getting 2 stars is actually pretty good for their plan. So, yeah, dragons are going to take care of some of these buildings on the side, and it looks like you should have a decent shot to get that 2nd star.
Yeah, definitely a 2nd star. The 3rd is in question, though, with 2 Teslas, 3 Teslas, so a couple of Archer towers, and of course that deadly air defense right smack in the center. This base obviously laid out to try to defeat the Mass Dragon attack.
Yeah, I definitely have to question bringing a heal spell with Mass Dragon. Probably would have much rather seen another rage spell in its place. Dragons are going to keep running around, but looks like they're going to get 2 stars. Normally, I would rather see a 3-star get to Town Hall 8, but looking at where we are so far for this clan war, I would say 2 stars is definitely a victory. Exactly. 3 to 3 right now. Go right to the next round.
Yeah, based on what we've seen so far, that's good. 2 stars. And it's tough. Usually when it's Mass Dragon rage, you write either all rage or maybe all lightning spells. But 2 stars, 66%. And we're ready to wrap up at 3 stars.
All right, yeah, there it is.
Finally. 28 wizards, just 1 hog rider used on that last attack, and that was a 3-star, and that's a big one right there. And that actually puts Nanika Hajimaru Gobyumai in the lead, 6 stars to 5 after 5 attacks.
All right, well, we saw our first 3-star and our first 2-star in those last 2 attacks, which is great to see.
Yeah.
So it looks like they got 3 stars. That one actually came down to the wire. I saw them going crazy in the background, so I heard it getting excited. I took a peek, and I saw the king and the wizards in the center going for that 3rd star.
Yeah, you could tell there was a lot of tension there, and a lot of excitement from the crowd starting to build as we're starting to see some higher star attacks. Hopefully we'll see some more in the 2nd round. We've got 5 more attacks. We're going to see the bottom 3 players attack at the same time. So we'll have 6 simultaneous attacks, and then the top 2 Town Hall 10s. And that's going to be interesting. Where do they go? Do they go after the other Town Hall 10? Do they move down and try to pick up those stars that were left behind on the Town Hall 9?
I feel like they're definitely going for the Town Hall 9.
You've got both Town Hall 9s on both sides worth 1 star.
Yeah.
So
there's only been one
potential
race so far that's been 3 stars.
Yeah. So there's a potential for 4 more stars right there.
Yeah.
That seems like the wisest move as opposed to hoping for a long shot.
My advice is by far and away, stay away from the Town Hall 10s.
Yep.
Go for the Town Hall 9s with your Town Hall 10s. Unless your Town Hall 9s turn it around to get 3 stars for these attacks, just go for the Town Hall 9s with your maxed out bases.
Right.
Try to get as many stars as possible, because at this point, I feel like something around maybe, let's see, 3, 4, 9 or 10?
Yeah, 9, 10, 11
Yeah,
stars.
9, 10, 11 stars is going to win the war.
Yep.
So they're just trying to, this is when you just go into the full survival mode. Just attack the lower level games. Exactly. Try to gain as many stars as possible.
This mass attack, and you can see the 3, 4, 5 players training up their armies right now. This mass attack that's about to happen will definitely determine what those Town Hall 10s have to do. Will they be forced to go against a higher level Town Hall 10, or will they be pressured to move down and try to 3-star a 9?
Yeah.
And after what we've seen so far today, one of these 10s 3-starring these 9s is not a gimme. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I'm not making fun of these guys by any means. It's tough, the pressure. Sometimes if the lower level Town Hall 10 is going up against that maxed out Town Hall 9, I've seen it happen in my own clan recently in Clan Wars. I've seen Town Hall 10s, I won't name any names, get 1 star against Town Hall 9s.
Okay, that's rough, man. That's really rough.
Many names.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm expecting some really solid attacks in this 2nd round. I have the faith that our men over in Nanika Hajimaru Gobyumai and Otana no Ochazuke are going to end up pulling some greater attacks out. Probably a little bit nervous in the 1st round, but again, you have to make sure you attack from the right side of certain places. We'll just have to see what happens as we start up round number 2.
Yeah, hopefully their nerves have calmed down a little bit. You can see them down there. They look a little bit more relaxed. They've had some time up on stage.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I'm hoping. You know, it's tough, and
you're an optimist.
Like anything, I am an optimist. They've been out there for a while, and you know, they get the first attack jitters gone. I have a little more time to think about this and strategize. And obviously, I mean, these guys have volunteered. They're up there by choice, so they know what they're getting themselves into.
But you know what's really cool is that it's tough. Obviously, just for the first 5 attacks, it's pretty rough for these guys. But as a player, you realize if you can end up pulling out a 3-star, then you are gonna you could single-handedly win the war for your team. You know, because a lot of people aren't performing. So if you can be that guy that steps up and says, "Hey, I'm gonna 3-star one of these bases," then that's gonna be big for your team.
That's true. We saw that yesterday, or was it the day before, in the test attacks? We had one player go out and get 6 stars.
Oh, yeah.
And absolutely carried his team.
Supercell play.
Yeah, it was a Supercell play.
He killed it.
It's true. He just slaughtered
my man Douglas.
Yeah, killed it. 2 3-star attacks, carried his whole team. And so something like that, yeah, this last round, a 3-star attack could be what swings the whole war. Going into the second round, 6 stars to 5.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Again, 9, 10, or 11 stars are probably in the forecast. Take a look at that audience again. Everyone is surrounding the booth. It's only around noon, and people are still filling in. It is just ridiculous.
Absolutely. The Tokyo Game Show only open for 2 hours today. This is the last day, though. I hate to see it go. It's been open since 10 this morning. Yeah. And so we'll definitely see more and more people filing in. I hate to see this end already. It has been so much fun to get out there and just meet the people. I saw you out there taking some pictures with giant groups of fans. Earlier, I got a chance to sign a couple autographs, which was kind of a strange experience for me, and but a lot of fun to be out there and to meet some of the Japanese fans who are just so passionate. About Clash of Clans.
Oh my God! And like the lines, they're just passionate about gaming in general. There's some lines that are 4 hours long, and these people just stand in line. They don't even say a peep. They're just hanging out. They're ready to go. And they're ready to just wait to play some of their favorite games, including, again, we saw the Oculus line next to our booth.
Yep.
Was pretty crazy yesterday.
Oculus, and then next to that Star Wars, the PS4 VR. Oh man, that was
Morpheus. Yeah, the Morpheus line was gigantic. Some of the things, and there was some other booth across the way that I saw earlier. It was like Tokyo Game Party. That
there's some weird games. There's some weird, strange.
Oh, they're awesome though. We love it.
There. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, we're not used to seeing it, but you know, there's just such a diverse culture here, and so you see these games about like parties and cooking and just everything you can imagine. That's kind of the neat thing about it.
I'm going to the cosplay section after this stream's over. That's for sure. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So make sure you check my Twitter for some interesting,
some elaborate costumes. Yesterday there was a P.E.K.K.A. out here. Just what didn't have anything to do with Clash. It wasn't like a Clash person. It was somebody who had created this P.E.K.K.A. costume. It was perfectly done.
I thought they were hired by Supercell, but then last night at dinner they said that it was just a fan who showed up in a P.E.K.K.A. costume.
He stood in line for the base review for like 2 hours in the
at least 2 hours. He was here the whole entire time.
And
people were taking this guy's swords. It was beef, and it was funny because he was only like maybe this tall.
Yeah,
he was he was the shortest P.E.K.K.A.
We were standing in line to get pictures with the P.E.K.K.A. I mean, that was super cool.
Yeah. So well done. Yeah, there's been a lot of photo ops here, whether it's the Hog Rider out there, which is being surrounded right now because there's so many people. It's been awesome. But again, we're waiting to get to round number 2 of our clan war between Nanika ga Hajimura Gobi Yome and
Otona no Achazuke.
Exactly.
So I missed that one a bit, but
yeah, just a bit,
right.
Just like this much,
like that much. But you can see the players down there preparing for their second round.
And again, it's different. You're going to have 3 players attacking at the same time on both teams for a total of 6 attacks at once. That's going to be both of the Town Hall 9 and the Town Hall 8 on both sides. So I'm hoping that we see maybe 3 more stars, 4 more stars after those attacks are over.
Yeah, it'll be tough. We'll probably try to have to watch the teleprompter with all these attacks going at once. Actually, looking right now, I can see the players on Nanika Hajimura Gobimai are reviewing replays. And it looks like they're spending more time than Otona no Ochazuke is reviewing the replays, getting ready for the second round of attacks. So it'll be interesting to see the strategies that are being built up for this mass attack that we're going to see 6 at the same time.
Yep. We'll have to see what happens as we get into this next set.
It's going to be there's going to be a lot of pressure. That's for
sure. What do you think? What's your final prediction for the score?
I think it's going to be close. I think we might see like 9-10, 10-9, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think 10-9 or something around 10-9, maybe even 11-10 will be the final score. But we're going to get into the next attacks in just a bit. These guys are finishing up training their army compositions. Takes a little bit longer because we have 3 people attacking at once. Plus, they need to review their strategies. But I've seen into a couple of their army compositions on the left-hand side. We see some golems, Hog Riders, Wizards. Looks like some of them are putting away the dragons and the Valkyries for now. So we'll have to see how they pull it out.
Yep, some serious attacks getting put together. And now you see Otona no Ochazuke reviewing their replays. So both clans spending some time reviewing the replays and clean up attacks. That's always key in Clan War. Spending time studying what the other players have done and see how you can improve on that.
Yep, we'll have to see what they do. There's a lot of cleanup attacks on the board. Only a single 3-star and a single 2-star that we saw from that first round means there's plenty of improvement. You can attack 9 bases still and still gain a whole bunch of stars, seeing as the only 2-star was against Town Hall 8. So they really have a ton of options when it comes to what they want to do as far as attacking the other players. So they're finishing up right now. Look at that crazy audience. A couple of masks up front as the players get ready. They're talking a little bit of strategy, but the booth is still packed. And we want to make sure that these raids are great so we can give those guys outside an exciting moment.
Exactly. I mean, you guys look at some of these guys look pretty young too. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for these younger guys to get out there.
I keep going back to that. You keep going back to pressure, man.
That is so hard. I mean, gosh, most of those guys are probably, they're not the type of people that have been in front of large groups like that. We saw some YouTubers get out there, and it's a little bit different to have YouTubers who perform for a living, who do that sort of thing, versus these guys. It's going to be tough. But again, second attack, 6 attacks going on at the same time. I'm really interested to see how this changes the last 2 attacks.
Yeah, and this is their second attack, so you would hope if they had any nerve, they're washed away, now they're focused in, and they're ready to go. So I feel like they got to lay it all on the line. Again, you can be any one of these single players out of all 10 players can change the entire war. With all these low scores being posted, if you can get a 3-star, you can almost single-handedly win the war with your clan.
So. We're looking at 6-5 right now, so a 3-star absolutely huge. That's totally 50 or more % of the entire score so far for a 3-star. It's going to be tough. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if the performance changes dramatically from the first to second attack or not.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the targets are going to change. I think you're going to see the Town Hall 10s. Well, first of all, we're going to see what happens on these attacks from the 2 Town Hall 9s and the Town Hall 8. But then after those happen, we're going to have to see if the Town Hall 10s dip down, which most likely I think they will. I don't think we're going to see all of the bottom bases 3-starred after these attacks are over. So we really just have to see who those Town Hall 10s decide to attack, because I don't know if I'm too confident of them getting 2 stars against some of those higher level bases.
Right, it's not going to be easy. But yeah, this will definitely change things up. These next 6 attacks, we won't really be able to predict where the Town Hall 10s are going until they're done. And it looks like they're just about getting ready to wrap things up, talking to the players.
Yeah, they're doing some
interviews. Players they seem to be very willing to talk about what they're planning at least. Because at this point there's no secret strategies. They can put it out there and talk about what they're planning.
Well, you can talk a little bit about who you plan. I guess the opponent really can't benefit much, seeing as, all the bases have been set. You can't really change your bases around or anything like that. But it looks like we are going to get into the next attack. 6 attacks simultaneously. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, simultaneously.
Japanese pronunciation.
Yeah, oh my god. I think my English is ruined because I've been talking so much Japanese.
Too many countries.
You go ahead and start this attack.
So it looks like, again, we've got a Hog Rider going in to lure out a Flame Castle, activate that line of Hound, and then the Archer is found to camp that she can camp on and drag the Log Hound all the way out here to the right.
Alright, so it looks like this is the lower level Town Hall 9. It actually has level 15 heroes, which is interesting. Right. So let's see what happens. He has a lot of wizards. He's got 3 golems and 26 big Sky Gods. That's the most wizards I've seen in a raid in a long time.
There was one raid earlier that had at least 20 points, so it'll be interesting to see how this works out. The last Hawk Rider going down there at that bottom archery tower. And let's see what he's got here. He's let the Lava Hound aggro on the right golem, the maxed out golem, and then the wizard's getting intrinsic down their toes, and they'll take down the Lava Pups going with a poison spell.
Alright, well, he does have a jump spell as well as a couple of wall breakers. He's going to start dropping those down. The golem on the left hand side is about to go down, which is pretty rough. Seeing as most of the wizards over there are probably going to die, and he's dropping the spell. Let the heal spells in his army got vicious.
Yeah, I'm surprised to find the heal spell used as well. It really caught me off guard to see those heal spells. I'm not sure. There goes the jump spell, and now they are into the core at least 35% damage. Masses of wizards going left and right. It's going to be interesting to see how far we can get. Looks like that Town Hall definitely going to be out of the way, and the second star not on the way here.
Yeah, I think the second star is definitely a given, but I don't know about 3 stars. He still has 1 Pekka and a couple of wizards running around, but the wizards are actually getting shot at by the wizard tower right now on the left-hand side. So a couple more defensive left. It's going to be interesting to see if the heroes can carry the rest of the load and then make sure he gets that third star.
Yeah, we've got both hero abilities still active. The Queen's starting to take some damage, so it looks like the Royal Cloak is going to be needed pretty soon. Any second now, hopefully he remembers it. She's getting low on health. Giant Bomb could take her out. She's down without the use of the Royal Cloak. It just went anyway?
Still done.
Oh my gosh. Double Giant Bombs. Hawk Rider's worst nightmare annihilates the Queen. Even if he used the Royal Cloak, that's surprising to see.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have gotten the 3rd star anyways. I think there were too many defenses on the left side. His king was too low in health. So this one's going to end in even hard more than the raid. Maybe it's a 1-star improvement, maybe over what we saw previously, but still not what you want to see going into these final couple of attacks.
No, that was an extra star, but he's going to come relatively close to the third star, but obviously you can see the queen gone. Had she, I don't know if there was a way she could have avoided that double giant bomb. That definitely was a costly attack right there on the queen.
Yeah, I think honestly it goes back to attack strategy. If you're going for 3 stars, Zoe isn't necessarily the best one to go for. I know at lower level at Town Hall 9, it's better than compared to Town Hall 10, but probably would have liked to see more something involving Hog Riders or some sort of air attack. But unfortunately, you can't rewind time, and this one's going to end up being a little bit over 75% wrap up this raid.
Yep, so 76% 2-star against the Town Hall 9, and that is 1 additional star.
99%!
No! Oh. 99! The other Town Hall 9 going against the lower level Town Hall 9. Also 2 stars, 99%. That was brutal, but it means right now, as it stands, the score is tied 7 stars to 7, but we still have an attack underway for Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyumai.
Yeah, it looks like they have their Town Hall 8 attacking one of the Town Hall 9s right now. I don't know exactly how it went, but yeah.
Is that one done?
They might have even just started. So
yeah, it looks like there's one attack still underway.
I think 7 to 7 right now is going to be the total, unless the Town Hall 8 is able to pull out a 3-star against that number 4 base right there. So looking at what we have left, it looks like the Town Hall 10s are going to be one side of the war.
Yep. We're 7 to 7, Town Hall 10, so exactly like we kind of predicted. Although we didn't see any 3 stars in this round either, so it's going to be close. It's going to be interesting. But now the question is, how many cleanup stars do you have left? You've got 3 cleanup stars in the Town Hall 9s on both sides.
Okay.
So there's a potential that this could end up tied.
Oh, man. And looking at the total destruction right now, obviously, it looks like the clan on the left is going to have a pretty significant advantage at 71.4%.
Yeah, I mean, a fully, just about a 10% advantage right there. And that could come down to the total damage that was done on those top 2 Town Hall 10s
at the very beginning of the war, right? Because there wasn't that many, it was like 36%, 37% for most of those Town Hall 10 attacks, so not a lot of points right there. So we'll have to see. Again, 3 stars are left. I actually would be surprised if they got all 3 of those stars. I feel like we might see a fail on the number 3 base, the fully maxed out Town Hall 9, just judging from some of the attacks we've seen so far. So let's see what happens. It could be a 10-9 final score for this 5v5 clan war.
It will be interesting to see. And if it does indeed come down to that, if it ends up being a tie and they do 3-star both of those Town Hall 9s, obviously you're going to see the top Town Hall 10 going against number 3, the number 2 lower level Town Hall 10 going against number 4, hoping for to add those 3 stars to make it 10-10. Then it comes down to total destruction, and technically 0 stars win wars in that case, because whoever did the most damage on the number 1
0 stars win wars.
It's going to make a difference.
You've blown my mind, Gallo. You've blown my mind.
It'll make a difference. The 0-star attacks will be factored in, believe it or not. I mean, you would almost never see that in a 50 versus 50 clan war. But in this, with only 5 players, a 0-star attack, the percentage of damage done in that attack will be counted towards the total should we need a tiebreaker. That's amazing. And so if you extrapolate it out, I mean, it's a long way down the rabbit hole. You could say 0 stars win wars.
0 stars win wars.
But I'm not going to say it.
Wow. Well, you said it a couple of times.
I heard you say it.
So
he said it.
Wow. All right. Well, we have 2 more attacks from the number 1 player and number 2 player for both clans. Like we said, more likely than not, I expect them to attack the Town Hall 9s rather than attack the Town Hall 10s. Let's say one of them goes crazy and attacks the Town Hall 10 and gets 2 stars. I would be
super surprised.
Yeah, that would be mind-blowing. And, it's probably better just to attack the Town Hall 9s anyways, because one of them's only been 1 star on both sides.
Right, so you've got 3 available stars. Both of the number 3 bases have been 1 star. Both of the number 4 bases have been 2 stars. Unless the number 1 player thinks that he could 3-star the number 2 base, and based on what we've seen so far, I don't see that happening. Then that would be the long shot to go for the win. And if you're looking at destruction percentage, maybe Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyumai, the clan that only has 61% damage on the screen, maybe their only choice to try to win this war is to go try to 3-star the number 2 Town Hall 10. Because they're so far behind in damage right now that it's going to be a long shot, even if they were to achieve a tie.
Well, I think more likely than not, if they can get 3 stars on these 2 Town Hall 9s, they might be able to win the war. I feel like that's going to be the best opportunity for them. We'll see. This next attack is going to really determine what they do last with their number 1 player. I expect that they're going to attack one of the Town Hall 9s, probably the number 3 player, maybe even the number 4 player to try to get that 3rd star. And speaking of that second attack, we're actually going to see the second to last attack underway in just a second. So let's see what they decide to attack. Going to be interesting to see strategy-wise as to attack. I believe number 7.
Yep, so attack number 7, but it's the looks like it's the number 2 players, and it looks like number 2 versus number 3. So the lower level Town Hall 10 going against the higher Town Hall 9 in this case. Okay.
I'd say that's pretty expected because both of these number 3s have only been 1-starred. So if they can get 2 stars, they'll get an additional star for the clan, and if they get 3 stars, they'll get an additional 2 stars for the clan. So these are really important attacks that are going to decide what the clan gets. It should be interesting to see because if indeed they both get 3 stars, that could change what happens in the last attack. Because I would think the higher level Town Hall 10 would be confident that they could 2-star the second Town Hall 10. And then the outside chance of the 3-star would be the same as throwing down and adding a 3rd star. It's starting to get convoluted. But this attack is well underway, and again, we're seeing an attack on both sides of the screen. You've got a packet over there and some witches and wizards trying to take down the Rhino. Yeah, we're at 15 to 16% right now, so you can go with Command on the right-hand side. We'll have to see what happens. But as you move in, some of the play after left, Zono's in there, maybe a Golem, but obviously looks like he's going for 3-star when they come in. We don't have to work out because there's still so many things to defend. That is, the Queen still has a lot of health, but that Lava Hound wreaking havoc. All the troops down the right-hand side, and it's moved on towards the left. It's going to distract you. There was the Queen's abilities. King is down. A couple of spells left. Witches on the outside. Boy, this is tough. I can't even see maybe 2 stars. It's going to be tough to get a 2nd star. Still at the Lava Hound. I think destroying some of these troops over there, being a pain for an archer. A couple of archers, and I guess Larry's on the top left. But at 45%, unless he can stay away from most of these defenses, I don't think it's going to work out. Plus, the Lava Hound's running all the way across the map. This one is absolutely wreaking havoc on these troops. It looked like this Lava Hound, talk about a heroic Lava Hound, it seemed like it just annihilated everybody. Yeah, and if you actually take a look at the other raid, which we can see in the corner of our eye, we do have a 2-star, 89%. It could even be a 3-star. That would be the deciding attack on the other side of the map. So hopefully they'd be able to switch it over, but we're just taking a look at some archers for the Lava Hound hanging out. This guy only has a poison spell left, so please be the hero that we need and end this raid so we can check out the other one. Yeah, the other attack is still underway, and it's up to 95% damage right now. If we could see that other screen right now, that's where the drama is happening, but it looks like it's going to be a 3-star. There it is. And it is. The number 2 player achieved 3 stars on the other base, and there is the very end of the attack right there, and that is going to be a big difference. Now, so we go back and look at the war map, and now we've got Nanika with a 9-7 lead. Yeah, it looks like Genie was able to pull out 3 stars for Nanika. Got Hajimaru, Gobyome. So they're going to be leading 9-7, and honestly, Alda, I feel like that could be the clincher, unless the number 1 player from this clan can 3-star one of the Town Hall 9s, which I would expect, but judging from earlier, you never know. And again, still, the number 1 player from the Nika is going to have a chance to 3-star another Town Hall 9 and get their clan the 10th star, which would be the winning star in this case. Yeah, that 10th star puts it pretty much absolutely out of reach. Even 1 star for that last attack, and there's going to be no chance to come back, barring insane 3-star in the top Town Hall 10. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens as we get to these final attacks. 9-7 going into the last one, and let's see what happens. Hopefully we can cap it off with some 3 stars. Number 4 hasn't been 3-starred yet on both sides. Number 3 still hasn't been 3-starred on, I believe, Otana's side. They haven't 3-starred the number 3 base, so they could go for that, but it's going to be tough. I feel like at this point, the Nika should have it wrapped up unless some miracle happens for Otona. Exactly, and this clan we're just about to wrap up, but remember there is another event coming up next week in Korea, and so you guys can tune into the Japanese stream there, and that's going to be super exciting. Max Mirai versus MSSP, and we're going to be there. Well, yeah, no, the stream actually in Korea, that's going to be going on next week, hosted by OGN, which we'll give you guys more details of soon. You guys should definitely tune into that. But later today, the stream's going to continue on the Japanese Clash YouTube channel, where you can see Max Mirai, super famous Japanese YouTuber, as well as we're going to be on stage raiding. So that's going to be interesting. Are we going to be live streaming that raid? Crazy, actually. Fantastic. I was kind of thinking that was off stream. So yeah, so the Japanese stream, if you guys stick around, if you watch that, even if you don't speak Japanese, you'll be able to see us up on the stage raiding, and it is going to be intense because that's the big main event, Max Mirai versus MSSP. Yep. But keep in mind, again, OGN next week will be hosting the Korean stream. That's going to be quite the events. They've obviously been around esports forever, and they've done a ton of events, so we'll see what they put up for there. But it looks like we're going to get into our final attack today between KS and Nabahage. Let's see if they can turn it around and try to tie up this war, or maybe even take the victory. Yep, so with a 9-7 lead right now, it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. We can obviously see it's number 1 versus number 4. So going for a low-level Town Hall 9. Just a potential of adding 1 star, and then you've got on the other side, you've got number 1 who's chosen to go against number 2. Alright, let's see what happens as they attack. KS is going in with number 4 base. He does have fully maxed out 3 keys on right here, so he would expect to be starting to attack. Looks like he's bringing out some witches. Yeah, the witches moving up to the top along with the Pekka there as well, and the Lava Hound is falling early. Hopefully those wizards are going to try to
to take out the pups as they do. Everybody over the jump spell, kind of heading towards the town hall enclosure. Now they're going to get drawn in by the defending Barbarian King. Good freeze spell, freezing all those Teslas right in the center.
Yeah, the King and Queen are finally being dropped. This is probably a little bit late. Again, as far as army compositions go, going to 3 stars, probably going to pick something a little bit easier than this than relying on something like your agent. So let's see what happens as he makes his way to the center of the base with a Pender and
yeah, those level 40 heroes super powerful, especially against this type of village. You can see the Queen working her way out towards the right-hand side. It looks like she's going to be okay to take out the other structures there without taking too much damage. And these units rolling through the center have moved on past the tunnel enclosure. Here's Iron Fist at 69, 70%.
All right, well, it looks like he's at 70%. Still plenty of power left. Honestly, it's safe to say he's overpowering his base. Just that sheer power of his troops and his heroes really was able to just throw everything to the center and take him out. So the final defense is going to go down right there. That should be a 3-star for KS. It's the number 4 player. And we'll have to see what happens as that pertaining to the rest of the board to see if the other planet is able to get a single star and be able to get, cap off their victory for this challenge.
Right, so there it is. That is now an additional star. And here we go to the other attack. Now we've got Namahage against Genie.
Oh, actually, that was 1 star. That was
the
the winning plan that did that, right?
That's right. So that was 10. Yeah, that was 10 stars to 7. So that is pretty much the win right there. So we've got Otona no Ochazuke with 10 stars. And this attack wrapping up with another 1 star. Pretty much going to be it.
Yep, that looks like it's going to be at 85%. A couple of lava puppies left, but I don't know if it's going to take out the attack. All looks like it should be, I believe it's Nanika, right? Who are in the lead? Nanika Hajimaru Gokyome should be able to win this war, I believe, with 10 stars to 7. Unless the Town Hall goes out right here. That could give them, I guess, an additional stars, but it would wrap up being 10 to 8.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to make it close. The Town Hall just going to look like it's going to be out of the way, but the 3rd star not going to happen. Time counting down. Yeah, it's tough trying to get these 2 straight to the characters on the screen. There's the 2nd star, so keeping it close. But again, 90 got it in the 90 percentage point range before time is going to run out. So such a close battle, and the Lava Hound, of course, not targeting the air troops, just sitting there in the corner.
Wow. Well, looks like they got 91% for that one and 2 stars. Actually, a pretty nice raid when you think about it, as far as attacks go. Getting 2-star 91% against the Town Hall 10, but still not going to be enough to help them. And it looks like Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome will be the victory at 10 stars to 8 for this final clan war.
Yep, so all 10 attacks used up. And you can see the total destruction. They were behind in total destruction, but ahead in stars by 2, and that's what made the difference. So, again, the pressure was on these guys. Tough to watch them out there.
Yeah, that was tough.
It's difficult to watch some of those attacks. It really was.
Yeah. Well, still. Good stuff. We had the first war, I believe it was 12 stars to 10 stars, and then our second war was 10 stars to 8 stars. And they're going to continue going to war today, whether it's on the Japanese YouTube channel, which you guys can check out with Max and Ryan. Again, we're going to be raiding, so we'll be the clan leaders of our clans, and hopefully we can put out some awesome raids that people will be able to clap for. We'll just have to see what happens. But as they announce the victors here, you can see everyone a little bit excited right there in the Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome.
Congratulations to those guys. They performed well. And, again, under pressure. So excited to see everybody out there. And all these fans out here watching, everybody just crowding in to the Supercell booth, to the Clash of Clans exhibit, and watching this. And now we're going to have, we've got several more hours to the Tokyo Game Show. People in here getting their faces reviewed, doing the single-player Slam Attack Challenge. It is super fun to watch all these people just pile in there.
Yeah, I can't wait to walk around and check it out. The crowd is still crazy, and especially with, I believe, this famous YouTuber coming onto the stage. I'm sure it's only going to get even crazier, so hopefully we can blend into the crowd and hang out, but it should be pretty awesome. But yeah, like we said, 12 to 8 or 12 to 10 for the first war, 10 to 8 for this war, and it looks like that's going to wrap up the English broadcast that we have over here at Tokyo Clash 2015.
Looks like it. They're just saying thank you to the leader of the winning clan there, Nanika ga Hajimaru Gobyome, as we do our best to pronounce that one last time, and they're thanking the players for coming on stage. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap things up for us.
What do you want to do around the event? What do you got going on next?
Oh gosh, I mean, some of these lines, by this time of the day, they've gotten pretty long.
Yeah.
So I might just stick around the Clash booth for a little bit. It is fun to check out the masses. It seems like today was even more crowded than yesterday. Just looking out at the pedestrian traffic that's trying to get through here, there's barely even room to walk. Like you said yesterday, it took us an hour and a half to walk just through these exhibits and to get back.
That's true. It's almost like I would rather stand still than go around, because even though there's all that cool stuff, it's still super tough to make your way around and try to see all the cool stuff that they have here. But as you can hear in the background, it looks like they're wrapping it up for this Clan War as they're getting ready to walk off the stage. That will wrap up Clan War number 2. Again, if you guys want to continue watching the Clan Wars, they will be hosted on the Japanese Clash Clans YouTube channel, which you guys can find the link for. And again, we're going to be on stage rating, I believe, at around 4 p.m. Japanese time.
I think so, yeah. So before that, we've got Max Fry versus MSSP, and then us with some guests, probably out of the audience. So that'll be interesting to see. But thank you guys so much for showing up to the stream. We had a great time, fantastic time here at the Tokyo Game Show and Tokyo Clash 2015. It's just been so much fun and just exciting stuff.
Yep. Well, it looks like we're ready to wrap it up. So we're going to go ahead and sign out for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And until next time, until Korea, I guess we will see you guys later.
Thank you so much.
Arigato.